What is up, buds? Welcome to Weed&d, the pot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClenahan, but my buds call me Bam. And this little bong has a little cloud at the top of it, which is just freaking adorable, and I loved it, and so I had to use it tonight. Thank you so much for being here, buds. Holy crap, we are having a blast here with this thing. We're past a year now. We've got a little 10-minute supercut of year one up on our YouTube channel. Definitely check that out over at youtube.com/ArtHard Studios. It's a little trip. If you've been with us at all through this journey, there's probably a moment in there that's one of your faves. It was a treat getting to make it and just going back and revisiting some of our older stuff. And oh my gosh, these people just get more good looking every day. It's amazing to me. And this hair is so much longer now. So eventually it will grow to the point where I can actually touch all of the actors around the table with it. And that's really the goal that I'm going for. So big shout out to all the buds. Thanks as always for being so freaking wonderful. Some of the buds are starting to get some D&D games together over on our Discord. If you're not part of the D&D, the WeeDnD Discord yet, definitely get over there. We be playing video games. We do little jam sessions. It's an absolute treat. Probably my favorite part of our many different communities as we're scattered all over the internet. We do get a chance to hang out there a little bit more. So definitely come over to Discord, join us over there, hang with the buds, the best buds around our community. Honestly, we love you guys so much. Big shout outs to all of our, belated, we just had Mother's Day. So a happy belated Mother's Day to all you wonderful mothers, our bud moms. We love you so very much. And I can think of at least one of you that I know has children. So this message, hopefully it landed with you and that you're with us tonight. Stacia. So, anyway, guys, that is enough gabbing out of me. If you want to win a WeeDnD soundtrack, all of our original music done by Sandy Stein, absolutely brilliant, man. All the music you hear on the show is completely original and made for this show. If you want a little soundtrack, a little digital soundtrack, we'll shoot you the download link. Just type hashtag WeeDnD in chat to make yourself eligible for that. And we will message you if you are the winner. But like I said, that is definitely enough out of me. I'm going to take this joint here and pass it through the magical fibers of the internet to my dear and wonderful friend, Brenna. Hey, Brenna. How you doing, girl?
Bam! I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really great. Brenna Folger, Bruenor, the Theseaserpent, the Serpent Slayer, the Urk throwing into lightning type friends, I'm so excited for tonight, and my favorite golden girl is Rose. If I were to think about that, it's just what I was thinking about while you were going. What about you, Abby? What do you think?
Thanks. Yeah, that's a great question. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to ponder that for a minute. But hey guys, hey howdy, hey, Abby Dandy, aka Tynna Smoothhands around these parts, and you know what? I'm just chilling. I'm chilling like a villain, and I'm ready to get back to it. And, now that I've had a second to ponder, I think Dorothy is my favorite. Yeah. What about you, Drew?
Oh, thanks, baby. What up, y'all? Drew, Thoricus the dwarf. Obviously, my favorite golden girl is fucking, what's her name? The Estelle Getty. Ma. Fucking, why am I blanking on her name? What is it? Sophia, thank you. Good God. Been having a lot of, yep, there it is.
I got you.
All right. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Anyway, level 9, Battlemaster, Indomitable. Ready to tear some more fucking kobolds and urks apart, throw them into that hole of whatever the fuck that is, and just have some fun with you buds. So, I'm going to call in a little help from my best friend. Best friend, come on in. I'm going to airdrop it to you. Coming to you now, bud.
Another speedy delivery. Thank you very much, best friend. And thank you all for being here. Jake Taylor once again as Rial Othrevan, the High Elf, level 9 rogue arcane trickster, who last time was literally hanging off of a cliff for that cliffhanger. The fuck? And, Golden Girls. I'm weak on my Golden Girl lore. So I'm going to have to say the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Her and all those golden people, absolutely hilarious. Great stuff. And then second would be B. Arthur. Anyway, who's your favorite, Gus?
Yo! Appreciate that, Jake. Yes, it is moi, your boy, Gus Two Blunts Langley. playing the resident revenant Divot. He's part glamour bard, part warlock, all party. Think if death was styled by Elton John. I've never seen a single episode of Golden Girls, which makes me the outlier here. But I have seen some naked pictures of B. Arthur. So let's fucking get down, Bam.
Came back unharmed. Let us never forget how magical and powerful the internet is. I want to get this show kicked off, but I got to say, I mean, my favorite Golden Girl is definitely Blanche, unquestionably, because it's the right answer. I was surprised to see so many of you answer so wrong. But also because in elementary school, you know how everybody's a liar when they're a kid, or at least I definitely was. In elementary school, obviously, my last name is McClenahan. Now, Blanche is played by Rue McClanahan with A's, all A's. But of course, as a kid, I lied and was like, oh, I'm absolutely related to Blanche from the Golden Girls, which is why I watch it so much, because I did watch that show a lot. So absolutely, thank you for just reminding me of my roguish past. But yes, Rue McClanahan, not related, unfortunately. But it does mean that if we had met in a bar, I could have slept with her. So thank you guys so much. We are going to kick this show off, but in order to do so, we got us a little ritual we like to do around here. Now, maybe you heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter, like my little in pizza we crust guy who's back for this week. Look around, make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire, and go. Lighters up. I love that song. Let's play some fucking D&D, guys. Ow!
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
Ooh, gosh, thank you, Sandy, for that wonderful intro. We're working on a new little one, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be sexy. Just wait. Exciting things. But now, if you will, please allow me to set the mood. When last we left the Ferocious Five, they were in the heat of battle with the dark-eyed kobolds in the life-blighted region of the Malachite Mountains. A strange shadow wisping across the sun had drawn their attention to the region of lifeless earth, and a strange ruin where shadowy-eyed kobolds tended to the skeletons of many dragons littered nearby, covering their lifeless bones with a sludge from a bubbling black river that surrounds the strange valley. Divot and Rial used their magics to scout invisibly ahead, while Bruenor eyed a creature she had yet to ride, and Tynna and Thoricus waited for their signal. Now it came when Bruenor plunged onto the back of an urk from the sky, giving Divot the opening he needed to shatter the ground around a hole in the earth, consuming a kobold priest, while Rial stole the scepter from his hand just before he fell. Scepter in hand, Rial shapeshifted into the visage of the kobold god Kultalmak and attempted to fool the kobolds into believing that he was the god himself. Angered by his sacrilege, the statue of Kultalmak then shot a beam into the lifeless, sludge-covered dragon bones, and from them summoned a fearsome bone dragon to the fray. All right, guys. We jump back in. You guys are standing in the valley surrounding this excavated ruin that surrounds this strange gaping hole within the earth. You know, you're still in the heat of battle. You see the massive ranks of kobolds surrounding this region, all seemingly skittering, trying to get at Rial. Now, Rial is currently, holding himself from falling back into the hole by using his bow, but his body is still shaped like the four-eared kobold god Kultalmak, who he basically took the image from the statue directly behind him and went with that. Unfortunately, the kobolds didn't buy it. They all now peer with anger, and as they stare at Rial, several of them swarming at him, attempting to push him into the hole. The air around you smells of this sour, sick, toxic tar smell as this bubbling river flows along the teabag-colored mountain rocks, as if the life itself is being leached away from the stones by this thick, black water, or sludge that kind of surrounds the rim around this temple. You see kobolds along both the north side of the temple itself, and a little closer to the west where Thoricus and Tynna stand. You see them picking up small crossbows, preparing to fire a volley of blows at Tynna Smoothhands, who has a swirling, her spirit guardians float around her, large Venus fly traps that swirl in sunlight in a 15-foot radius around her. At her feet, the severed corpses of 3 kobolds slain just recently by Thoricus, Onyxheart, his axe still dripping with their blood, as one of the kobolds that he scared scurries up the mountain path. It was just like, F this, I'm out of here. The black tar-covered skeletons of the dragons still kind of fester around you. You see the thick layers of sludge that the kobolds had put on them just kind of gooing off to the side and sliding down as gravity pulls it toward the earth. The main vision in your sight right now, is the sun still frozen in the sky beats down on this area, is this massive bone dragon. You see he's about 10 feet wide, 10 feet long, almost matches the size of Brian, but he's a little bit thicker. Mostly made of this thick black resin, like just some of the bones pulled from the original dragon skeleton, the bulk of them still remain, but brought to life by the beam of the statue of Kultalmak. In this moment, Rial, you have your bow looped around this rock, this bone dragon flying in the air about 15 feet up, shooting down this cascading tornado of razor-sharp bone. As you kind of get pelted and take some damage, you look back down into the hole, and you just see this kind of void of bubbling purple shadow that covers the top of it. You can peer down a little bit and do that, but in this moment, you just kind of glance down as you see a couple of the rocks skittle down the way beneath you. The bloody robes of the kobold shaman still kind of laying near your feet. The crushed helm that's smeared with blood that was coughed out of the hole as well, has skittered down these northern stairs and now sits at the feet of one of the other orcs. You're kind of sitting there. You hear the snacking crackle of the lightning behind you. Snacking beam as you kind of look back, you feel your center of gravity shift back toward the front of your stomach. You're not gonna fall, you're safe, your feet are still good on the ground, and you've got a good hold with this bow. And as you hear that crackling intensity, suddenly the blue light, the beam from the statue, you see this epic blue light, and you look as another beam shoots right past your shoulder. So close that some of your hair goes up, the ash smear marks upon your face, kind of some of the ash blown and trickles away as you see yet another one of these blue lightning beams shoot into the dragon right on the southwest side of the map, near Tynna and Thoricus. The blue lightning starts coating the black, thick tar all over the skeleton's body, and you watch as once more the electricity turns into life as this tarry, bubbly mass, like a giant resin ball, just grows before you, and then you see the sharp features of yet another bone dragon appear from the corpse. You see just the process of it being summoned is enough for it to put its body together, and its turn in initiative is over. You see the winged Urks, the one nearest you, Bruenor, that watched you ride one of its allies into the electricity and murder it. It decides it's going to take a shot at you, but it's wise enough not to come straight up. It flies overhead of you about 20 feet in the air, and attempts to drop a rock on you. You see it just grabs one of these little pieces of the ruin nearby, and as it goes in the air, it drops this rock down.
A rude bitch.
Little bitch. Hold on, my roll 20 just freaked out.
Got ourselves a rude boy.
Got my rude boy. And you
All
drop a rock.
right, I can't see my chat right now. Something just happened.
It said I've got 20 for drop rock.
20 for drop rock is a hit. I'm just gonna need one moment. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. My chat is back. All right, Bruenor. It hits. The drop rock hits a 20 AC. Does that hit?
No, it sucks to suck because I got a 21 armor class, bitch.
Dope. Yeah, you see as this big giant kind of boulder that, the biggest thing he could pick up and still move, as he drops it down, the maiden's board shield, the maiden's head of a ship, just you hold it up above you, it seems lighter to your grace. You hold it up, you hear the crushing stone just shatter off of the shield, doing no damage to you. The other Urk that's hanging out, though, is still really mad at Rial, so he's going to attempt the same thing. He's going to kind of fly over you, Rial, and attempt to drop down another piece of this ruin that just kind of hangs nearby. Sorry, everything's Roll20 is just fighting me right now. Here we go, and boop! You see this Urk flies up above you. You feel the little dropping stones as they tickle on your head, and you look up. 14 AC.
Does not hit.
Just in time to shift again. You see it falls, and rather than hitting the ground, it just goes straight through the void at your feet. So perilous. Your tiptoes are just kind of balanced on the edge of this rock that, Divot blew away the side of. The Urks are done. Tynna, you see as a couple Urks are trying to drop rocks on your allies. You're still pretty far away. You see to your northeast about 3 kobolds loading up crossbows, getting ready to fire at you. But you look around, you see the bone dragon to your right coming to life and coming finally into form. What do you do?
Yeah, so in this moment, I'm still controlling these spirit guardians that are swirling around me and bringing me this great deal of protection. But I see this immediate threat of this bone dragon, and I'd like to take my action, and I think it's going to mean that I drop my concentration. But I'd like to, in my bag, I have this holy water still, so I'm going to pull out some of it and make a cross in the air, and I'd like to use my channel divinity to connect to Shantia and see if I can't use my turn undead ability.
I love it. All right, yeah, go ahead and hit that for me, Tynna, because I can't remember if he gets a save or not. I believe he does if he's above a certain hit dice threshold. But yeah, you kind of paint the air in front of you with this holy water, and you see the glow, Shantia answering you. That bounty of the natural wonder not too far behind you, you feel as like a warm glow on your spine as you go to channel this strength of your god. You present your holy symbol toward this bone dragon, and it does get to make a wisdom saving throw. So here is...
dead. How wise can it be?
I actually, could I move before I do that?
Absolutely.
I'd like to move as I do that.
Yes. Yeah, you have. You can go ahead and set yourself anywhere because it'll be in range still, kind of no matter where you go. It does any undead within 30 feet of you. So yeah, as long as it's within that range. Now, actually, let me double check this. I don't think that turn undead would break your concentration. It's not. It doesn't actually say it in the spell. I might be wrong. This probably has been determined in a Jeremy, one of the sage advices at this point. Jeremy Crawford. My apologies.
Jeremy Barrowman. Okay.
Dang it, Jeremy. But in this case, I'm going with the ruling based on the text that I see. It does not say that you lose your concentration. So as you move into it, you're, the spirit guardians around you keep cutting away at this.
So in that case, I'm gonna just move forward, keeping this swirling mesh of all the Venus flytraps and cannibalistic plants snapping and gnawing around me. But I'm going to further connect to Shantia and use almost their rapid energy to connect me into a breath and a flow that connects with them and allows me to get into this meditative state and connect with Shantia.
No, that's dope. As you're you've thrown this holy water in the air in front of you, and suddenly your eyes, that you feel that warm glow on your back, and you let that river flow through you. And you want all of you that can see this, you see suddenly all these little Venus flytraps and bitey plants all start glowing with this white light. And then you see them sticking to the tar body. And as they spin around, you see they just start getting stuck in this kind of resiny shell on the outside of this creature, and they start biting into the tar. You watch as it keeps spinning with ferocity as these cutting bolts of light kind of shear into the frame. I actually really like that, Tynna. It's going to get disadvantage on this save. It's pretty much the opposite of what Shantia is and so yeah, with a 6, if it's a wisdom save, that's a 9, is a fail. So that you see as this light energy starts glowing on its frame, the dragon kind of starts peeling backwards and is trying to claw off huge portions of tar and just slaps them on the ground below. You see what plants remain kind of get picked back up in your magic and continue cutting this thing away. You see,
and as the swirling mess is sort of like eviscerating the bones, I can, through my connection to the plants, I can like feel and almost taste the resin being scraped off, and I'm like breathing it in as it swirls around.
Yeah, you kind of just hold your head back, and now that you have hair again, you see it just kind of flowing in this breeze around you, as if you've carried the beauty of that natural wonder with you now. And it does succeed in driving this creature away. So when it's its turn, it has to just move away from you as far as it can. And what's nice is where you're positioned now. Well done. That'll drive it away from even, you're not just pushing it towards your allies. It's fleeing away and is scared. Now it will get to attempt to make another saving throw. Actually, maybe it doesn't. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm not screwing here. It can't willingly move to a space. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action. And if there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge. Okay?
No, man, thank you for double checking.
Yeah. I don't want to mess
You're
this
just
up.
not like, that's awesome. That's why I love rules explained coming in and being like, it's this. And I'm like, that's cool to know. Like, we do homebrew stuff, and
Sure.
rules even knows our homebrew rules even.
That's true.
So
Mad love.
So
it's easy to forget how freaking dope we are and all the dope things that we can do.
Found the caveat. I found the caveat. If it takes any damage, it's not turned anymore. That's it. So it does it. It's not necessarily. For a minute, it's going to be fleeing from you. So that's the next 10 rounds. Very nice, Tynna. You almost to counteract this bolt from another trickster. Kultalmak. You as a former trickster cleric, you're like, oh, there's entire churches to Kultalmak. He's this little trickster spirity god. And so almost in like a rebuttal, as this trickery energy is shot at you, perhaps the thing that tickled your spine as you came over this place in the first place, you respond with your new power source, the bright light, seemingly terrorizing this bone dragon. You got anything else?
No, that'll do it for me.
Bruenor, you're up. Divot, you're on deck. Bruenor, you're kind of standing over. You're not prone anymore. You were able to stand up, if you'll recall from Divot's inspiring visage. So now you stand pretty closely in between there's an Urk floating above you about 15 feet, and you're standing right next to a kobold who's chittering over, looking at you now. He hasn't had the chance to stand up, so he's still prone.
I would like to pick up that kobold and spin him around like a shot put and throw him at that motherfucker that threw a rock at me.
Yeah.
You just look down, you're like eyeballing it like, all right. So yes, you can, typically you can't, but kobolds are much smaller and lighter than you. So this will be a strength check. Just to throw him, and then you'll make a normal dex attack with his actual body,
Okay, so for strength... Oh, I did a save. Let me do that again.
Yeah, just click the strength itself. You wouldn't get the bonus of having proficiency.
Yeah, what am I, crazy? Okay,
What are you, making a saving throw?
14!
All right, so actually to get him up as high as you would have to, like I said, he's about 15 feet in the air. It's pretty tough. I would say the DC on that would have been at least 15. And so you're gonna hurt this guy. You're just not gonna also hurt the Urk. So you're pretty much just throwing him up in the air and then letting fall damage kind of hurt him. So in that case, he would get to make a dexterity check or save for half damage. So he's gonna do that. A little dexterous guy with a 22. So he takes half from falling from 10 feet. You manage to get him up and toss him at a 10 foot or 15 foot, just below the Urk. He falls back down to the earth and he takes 2 damage.
Okay.
That's one of your attacks.
Yeah, super cool. Okay, I want to go this way. So I've noticed now that I've seen this like lightning, right? It's like when it like shoots right out of this weird four-eared goblet kobold. It's a kobold god, yeah?
Yes.
Cha. Okay,
Cha.
shit. I'm seeing this. Don't get me started, Cha. No. Okay. So I'm looking at this statue. I was just trying to get this little guy out of my path because I want to look at this statue and get a look at like what the fuck are we even dealing with right now,
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah.
Can I like look? Can I do a quick look while I just kind of like threw him? Like he was just kind of like while I was on my way there, going like, and go this way. And
Yeah,
then-
you're kind of like, get out of my way. You just like toss them in the air above you as you walk forward. Yeah, you could take a little peepsee. You can get a little peepsee over here. You're kind of standing closer to the front end of the Kultalmak statue now. Again, as it shoots these beams, its eyes glow, brightly. But you're kind of looking up again, just kind of like wearing these extravagant robes with these like which you can only imagine is extravagant jewelry. Obviously it's all stone colored, but these large balls that grow in size as they hook around his neck. Each of his 4 ears pierced with extravagant hoops and gems. But he is a rather extravagant looking god as far as, the way you've seen other gods represented in the realm. And you see these glowing eyes, still kind of just brightly glowing after having just shot that beam. It appears they're still kind of channeling some magic of some kind. You see the electricity is shooting out basically from the feet of where the Kultalmak statue itself stands upon this pillar of stone about 10 feet tall. You see there's like this hole that's just shooting lightning out of it. Beneath the lightning, there is a placard. Now, it's a little hard for you to see from where you are, but with the bright light of the lightning, you might have to risk, like as you can see, the lightning's kind of crackling around. So to get a good look at it, you might have to risk maybe a dexterity check. To get a good look at what the placard below it says.
Yeah, let's go for it. I don't give a shit.
Great.
Now remember, this
yeah,
lightning does tune you
Yeah,
up.
do
You've
something
seen
crazy.
it. You've seen it hit pretty hard. There's the
Yeah.
fried, charred corpse of the Urk still laying there on the ground.
Well, so I'm weighing my options here, and I'm looking, and I look behind me, and I go, God damn it! I shouldn't have thrown that kobold at that fucking guy. I should have just used him
Yeah,
as a human shield. What?
that's what I was thinking.
Is there anything? I know. Listen. Is there anything left of the body of this Earth?
Yeah, it didn't explode or anything. It was, it was severely electrocuted, and you see it's contorted little bird-like body, like the other kobolds, but Urks have wings, and they're a little bit more bird-like in the way that they act. And so you just see it's kind of withered frame, just all charred on the ground in front of you. I would say that there's enough of this one there, Bruenor, that you would get advantage on the save.
Okay, cool. The saving throw for dexterity.
Yeah.
Well then, golly, you guys, here I go. I'm gonna give it a go.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh.
So with the 19, you do manage to, as you kind of scoop up this little kobold, this Urk, and start moving forward, sure as shooting this piece of lightning jets at you, and you just hold the kobold up, kind of bracing him against the wood of your shield. And so when the lightning hits him, it doesn't, conduct through you. And you push forward, push away some of the beams of lightning. You feel it like pressing on your shield as you force farther and farther closer to this hole. And you see this metallic placard at the base. And do you speak Kobold?
Son of a bitch.
No.
All right, so you're looking at the placard. You do see that the scepter that Rial is currently holding. There is this robed figure engraved on the placard that's holding the scepter, and you see that scepter going into a bolt of lightning. And then you see a bunch of scribbled kobold letters, but you don't know what those mean. But the information that you did glean, you do see that there's this robed figure holding the scepter into a bolt of lightning etched into the placard at the base.
Okay, cool. I want to also yell, "You've got to put the stick in the thingy!"
Oh,
Everybody's.
Just as loud as I can. As loud as I possibly can.
You hear the sound of Bruenor's words over the crackling of the lightning. She's got some pipes.
Yeah,
and
man.
so
I can swim. I hella swim. So I've got
You-
real good.
you hear it kind of echo through the canyon walls, but all of you hear that. Stick the stick in the thingy, Bruenor has said.
Put the stick in the thingy!
can't you just put that body in the hole for now? Just shove it in there. The whole chicken.
The whole chicken? I don't think it will stay.
It won't stay in the hole
I don't think so.
for a little bit.
I'm just saying it's really hard. It's literally the lightning is pushing
It's
against
that
me
much?
right now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we can
it's
stick it in
pretty
thing.
bad. So maybe
Okay.
let's finish this conversation a little later. Is that cool?
Guys, let's just do the stick in the thing.
I'm just I like talking to this people.
Stick with the thing.
All right, Bruenor, I would
Everyone
say
is
between throwing the
surprisingly chill.
kobold and that action, that would probably be your action. Do you have a bonus action or any of the rest of your move you'd like to use?
You know what? Okay. Who's this? Oh, this guy over here, though. Mr. Man on the stairs. Okay. I'm gonna run and jump and see if I can get on top of this guy.
On which one?
Get my movement, get on top of this guy.
All right, give me an athletics check, Bruenor, as you try to parkour up the wall on this guy.
Great. All right. Bam. Please don't embarrass me. 24.
Ooh.
Wild one out.
Heck yeah, Bruenor. You jump up and you see a couple rocks of the ruin, that make perfect little jumping platforms, and you just jump from one foot to the other until finally you just backflip, jump into the air, and you feel, again, you've now gotten used to riding these creatures. You land on top of it. Now you can't really do anything with it yet. That'll be on its turn, and your turn there'll be an animal handling check. But right now you use the rest of your movement to land on top of yet another one of these urks that's just like just biting over behind its shoulder at you.
Nice.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Divot, you're up. Rial, you're on deck. Divot, you're standing, kind of on the stairs that lead up to that stone statue here in the middle. You're closest to Rial. You've already severed in half one of the kobolds, with your new cool breeze, the ice blade just cutting him in half entirely. You see, there's still one of them that had tried to push Rial, that's just kind of standing in front of him. The looming bone dragon in the sky, still showering, its black imposing eyes looking down at you. You see dripping blobs of tar just landing on the ground around it, the putrid smell in the air. Divot, the lightning dodger, what do you do?
Nobody kills Rial but me. I look up at the kobold that pushed my mans. I'm like down, looking up at him on the stairs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wanna, with cool breeze, I wanna lunge straight up. But I'm holding. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna attack him. I'm getting ahead of myself. What if I miss? Bum 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 bum. So I unsheath my mighty Sub-Zero looking sword.
Yeah.
And hit him with the whammy.
Oh, snap.
Trying to kebab him.
Ooh.
Is that enough?
A 20 hits. Not enough damage to kill him, but it does hit.
Okay, good. I don't want him to die, right? I look into his cold, soon-to-be lifeless eyes, and I came up on him. I held the sword backwards and, filleted him up to his skull, split him. So he's not dead, but I hurt him. And I look in his, fucking beady little kobold eyes. And then I shift over and look at the dragon behind him and hold this kobold in a way to try to intimidate the dragon, and then kind of just shuck the kobold off the sword. Not even dead. Not even worth me actually killing him.
Yeah, no, Divot, give me an intimidation check here. You don't know necessarily how this guy's going to respond.
Hell yeah.
But
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, maybe he'll be afraid of it. Maybe he'll think I'm cool. I do like the bone dragon.
I'm digging your whole motif.
It is very your aesthetic.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that. I forget. I was gonna ask if I have advantage.
No, just you got the 14's good enough on this though. What you again? Like I said, the nature of dragons in this moment. So Divot, you take cool breeze, and remember you get to add those 2 numbers for damage. So you did 12 damage, just 6 of it was cold. And you see, the blade, exactly as described, cuts through his teeth. He snarls at you as the cool frost of the blade actually emanates from his mouth. His little sharp teeth kind of chitter at you as he's trying to bite you at the end of the blade. You hold the sword up to the bone dragon, which looks down on you. And he assumes that you're challenging him. You see his wings set back, and his gaze peers away from Rial and locks solely on you. You can kind of feel this dark connection between the two of you, spirits of undeath. Almost as if a cyclone of darkness just connects the two of your spirits in this moment, and the surroundings kind of start to fade away. Divot, you're staring down a bone dragon that wants to dance with you.
Fuck
Ooh.
yeah.
All right, so that kobold is in really bad shape. The blood that comes out of its mouth freezes as cool breeze just kind of like holds in his throat, and then you peel it out, and the ice cauterizes it immediately. So rather than blood spilling out of his anus, it just freezes as you pull the sword out. The humming frost of the blade still emanating as you pull it away and look at your new battle partner.
Sick, nasty, man. Nobody gores him up like that. Thank you.
I live for this shit.
What was that a reference to?
No,
I never seen it.
Oh, Don Herzenfeld cartoons from back in the day, right?
Yeah, the little
Oh,
The Silly Hat Club.
My anus is bleeding. My spoon is too big.
Right?
I am a banana.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh my god. I am.
Sorry, yeah, that's old internet. I probably should have put a little
Whoa.
on one of those. We're showing our memes here.
Time traveled. All right.
Oh man, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. All right.
All right, so
Animation?
for my bonus action, I want to look down at Rial and be like, are you going to climb out of this hole, or is this not a big enough distraction?
Kultalmak is staring back at you. Boom. Yeah, Rial, you noticed that, like I said, the same thing. Like the bone dragon's attention doesn't seem to be as focused on the both of you. And now, as he kind of like glares down at Divot, you see as he expels air out of his nose, these little bubbling tar bubbles pop and drip to the ground. As you can see, just like his stone cold bone focus is on Divot in this moment.
Can I use my movement, the last of my movement, to like walk out to here?
The dude that you butthole plugged would actually get an AOO on you.
Yeah, that's fine. That dude deserves his shot at redemption.
Again, a testament to the spirit of this creature in the moment, having just been kebabbed by your frozen blade. You see he's going to go ahead and he's got his little like broken half spear at his side, and he takes a little swing, and actually got an 18 AC.
Yeah, oh, he deserves it.
Yeah, look at this guy with the +1. He hits you for 2!
Two.
I shall wear it with pride.
You kind of wink at him as you walk away, like, nice try. As he scratches your bone with this spear, you're just like, get out, please. You walk a little bit back closer over to the area where your own shatter was reflected upon you last. You see the broken ground still, the corpse of the Urk laying. But yeah, you managed to move over there. You got anything else for your turn, buddy?
No, that'll be it. Thank you.
All right, Rial, you're up, and the kobolds are on deck.
All right. Well, since I'm still under the guise of Kultalmak, I do want to give Divot a little, my koboldy hand is like, because I appreciate the help for sure. And so this Urk that's airborne, he's like what, 15 feet up?
Correct.
So I could go under...
Actually, I'm sorry, he had to move 10 feet, so he's about 15 feet up, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, so my question there is, like, I could run under him and still be, like, that wouldn't incur an AOO.
No
right?
AOO, correct, he wouldn't be able to reach you from there.
Okay. And since this guy, who's just about damn near split in twain, I would give him the AOO and just, like, take it, but I'm pretty hurt, so I'll disengage him.
Wait, just to be clear, he doesn't have a reaction left, because he just used it to hit Divot.
Well, fuck it. I'll just save that for later then. Gosh.
Didn't want you to waste some candy.
No, thank you for that. Hey, thank you for always looking out for us, fam. Like, man, appreciate it.
It's fun. I like it. I want you guys to use your cool shit.
Yeah, let's do some cool shit.
I love it.
So thankfully, Son of a Birch is looped around that rock, and I kind of want to pitch momentum and start dashing away from this fucking shit show. So we'll stop about there, not too close to the lightning.
Yeah, that lightning, after you've seen that Urk, again, you saw how many dice I had to roll. Yeah, and you heard it, it's, and that feeling as you get close to it, even being a dexterous rogue, you hear the sizzling power of this beam as it pours this blue magic into this purple and black bubbling fog above this hole in the earth. Nothing gets a chance at you. The Urk above you just kind of chirps at you below as you move away. The bone dragon's head doesn't even turn as you see he's completely locked, now facing a little away from you as he looks at Divot. But yeah, you managed to move over there with no problem.
Fantastic. And thank you, Divot. He's got a boner for you. But hey, we can try some weird shit while he's up to that. So I did hear echoing through the cavern, put the stick in the thingy. And I'm going to do just that. I'm actually going to, while holding the scepter, let the mage hand legerdemain like wrap around my hand and move it to block like in the middle of this lightning path, like probably about there. Just like float the scepter into the path of the lightning.
Dope. All right.
She's excited.
No, it's what sucks is I forgot my mouse, so my stupid fingers right now are just
Touchpadding with it.
Hey, don't talk about my friend's fingers that way.
Yeah, your fingers are fine.
You
dumb,
have beautiful fingers.
dumb
You're
fingers.
very intelligent.
I've never
There.
heard one complaint about your fingers.
All right, something weird is happening. There we go. It's not what I wanted, but we'll all be happy with this in a moment. Yeah, Rial, you see as your invisible hand, you know, the legerdemain, the gift of your arcane trickster training, you kind of float this strange scepter, you know, at the bequest of Bruenor, and you see the lightning beam just is just firing directly into it as if it's like a conduit of some kind. Now it's just floating there in the air with your mage hand on it, but the lightning bolt is no longer connected to this circle, this portal that emanates over the hole. You hear a hissing cry from within. And then you hear like a great commotion within, like air going through a cave. You still hear the of the lightning, but the purple and black magic stops bubbling. It's still there, but now it's just a thick, dense cloud of black and purple energy floating above this hole. But yeah, the beam itself no longer connected to the portal, for whatever that's worth.
Hey, that's something. Just have to find the thingy to stick the stick in, and hey, we're on our way.
But like, how do you turn it off? Where's the plug?
And what's a plug?
And what the hell is a plug?
That's where you get your weed at.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, I'll smoke to that.
Hey! Already smoking. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't talk about the weed that I'm smoking a lot. But this particular strain was called Banana Daddy. And it made me think about Brenna in a banana costume. Because Brenna's daddy. I don't know if you guys know. Brenna's daddy.
I'm daddy.
And so
And I would condone potassium, so please eat a banana.
Yeah. No, but
It's a good way to get rid of nerves before a show. Is you just eat a banana. That usually helps because potassium's good for you.
potassium
Y'all,
is so
photo
good.
shoot where we're all bananas and you get in a bunch.
Banana photo shoot.
Yes.
We do like, what's that? We'll do the thing like all viral videos do. Be like, if this hits 100,000 videos, then we're gonna. But anyway, I digress.
You had their voice perfectly.
I hate it. I hate
Yeah.
it so much. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Hey, if we get 100,000 likes on this clearly fake video,
We were all cast to be here. On purpose.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny when you start seeing your friends in those videos and you're like, oh man. All right.
Nothing is real.
But again,
Get that
Banana Daddy, fantastic. I'm absolutely
Daddy.
loving it.
Beautiful.
So I enjoy it. Thank you for allowing me.
Yeah, Big Daddy Banana.
Big old Banana Daddy. All right, so yeah, Rial, you've so that's kind of what's happened.
Okay.
You know, maybe hoping for more, but in this point, the bolt of energy itself is clearly shooting into the scepter. But yeah, that's about what you get.
No, that's good. That's good because I don't want it diverting to more of these dragon skeletons. Like two's enough. One may be scared, but I know Divot's got this other guy like on lock. But
A
yeah,
very
if it's
good point, Rial.
if it's
Very
any kind of a buffer, I like it.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I don't know what it did, but I'm hoping it did something pretty cool.
Yeah. And especially with the Kultalmak disguise, maybe it looks like I'm doing some Kultalmak shit. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he's into.
You know? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you do look remarkable. You know, you're a spitting image of him. Except, you know, you're like doing the ratio math. You're like, I'm probably a little too tall. That's probably what it was. You know what I mean? Like, it's even their god can't be over like 3'6". And so yeah, you are looking at him. You're like, man, I'm good at this. You're just looking down at the image that you have on you. The colors are all wrong because you didn't really have anything to go with, so you're just kind of like guessed. And it's definitely clashing. You don't have Ildessa's skill for color pairing.
She's so hot right now.
So
But that reminds me of when they like repaint all the old Roman statues and the colors are just outrageous.
it's crazy,
yeah.
yes.
They're so nuts.
Yes. So
Everyone's
yes,
like-
in similar fashion, you stand. Did you have anything else on your turn, Rial?
I do. I have a little bit left. I only used 20 of my 30 movement. So I'm going to skirt away here. And as I move, I'll just go ahead and disable Disguise Self as well. Like, hey, we tried, but I'll just kind of like burn it off, similar to the Alter Self. Just,
They don't seem happy about this. Yes.
They don't like that.
They
But I'm gonna, since you spared me the bonus action very kindly, in this corner I'm gonna try and throw a hide out there.
Sweet. Yeah, you kind of ditch you let the powdery magic of you getting rid of your alter self serve as a distraction to slink into a nearby shadow. Schlink. Roll for handsome. Okay. All right, we got Jake. You also have to roll for handsome. You have
All right.
advantage because because it's like life.
Guys,
Where you
what,
have-
D20?
Yeah. What if you roll poorly? You have to
Yeah,
you have to mar your face.
Okay.
That's handsome enough. All right.
Take
If I-
roll a D30.
if I roll shitty, it's just like Dorian Gray. Who's like,
Oh my god.
You look at the arc,
Jake is 236.
and then we're all like, if we get to 100,000 likes, we'll bring Jake back from the dead.
Lich.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I'll have a Jake Lich, please.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, a
I'd
little-
make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh my god,
The
best
Jake
Lich.
Lich.
Oh
I
man.
rented him out on Lich B&B and it was incredible. So good.
Hey, you were real kind the whole time. I gave you a good rating right back.
Likewise. I got you, buddy.
It's a B&D. It's a bed and dungeon. Here's your breakfast and your cell.
Oh my
Shut the
god.
fuck up and have a nice day.
I don't have any treasure. Leave me alone. All right.
We can do it, guys. We can make the D&D B&B. You have to roll for any like
Everything.
toiletries, anything in that place. You got to roll for it. It determines your whole stay.
Oh my god, but it would be so incredible because you would like live for the ones, right?
Yes.
Where like you deliver their food and then immediately knock it out of their hands or something.
Smear it in their face.
You have to like sign a waiver, right? So that like it's really up to the die.
You don't
like,
want to roll a 1.
Yeah, it's like
Still
you
hold your
really
hand
don't.
out for the tip.
Right.
And they have to tip you because they failed.
That's right.
Oh.
Or they pass and you're like, well, you passed, so you tip. See, we got this figured out already. It's a money machine.
It's perfect. We'll just make sure the art hard lawyers are like on it with the waivers
Get
and
him
the
in there.
contracts.
We got one. He's good.
We'll be all
We're
covered.
litigious. We're a litigious bunch of stoners. All right, Rial. Oh, give me that stealth check. It didn't come through.
Got you. I got distracted and didn't roll it. 30.
Rial, stop throwing 30s out. Like, it's amazing. He's so
I
good.
told y'all he was gonna get a 30.
You hide even
Yeah,
from
called
yourself.
it.
You did call that. Holy crap, Gus. Gus is also a warlock in real life. For those of you that don't know him, great guy, but warlock.
Like
for sure.
level 1.
Level 1. Level 1. We're not making any outrageous claims here.
Salt of the earth, though.
Salt of the
Salt of
earth.
the earth.
All right, so yeah, Rial, you slip into the shadows as you have done so often before. As far as you can see, no creatures that are that can really see where you're at. There's the 2 kobolds on the north, and you kind of just dig yourself into some rubble, and they are unable to see you. They go, seizing that opportunity. They are going to also jump over here. They're going to come down, and these 2 are both going to fire their little arrows over at you, Divot. These 2 have short bows, the ones in the little green armor there.
Fuck these kobolds hating on me.
One hits a 4 AC, the other hits a 14 AC.
Neither of them can get shit.
You see as they kind of fire. Again, Divot, this stare off between you and the dragon is so intense. You just bat the arrows away as they come at you.
I don't even look at him. I'm just like staring at the dragon. Ching, ching.
Swatting them away. How dare they? The three kobolds with their crossbows, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you are still in the range. Tynna, you're going to get 3 crossbow bolts as they see you, kind of like overcoming one of these massive bone dragons singularly. Oh, that's a crit!
Whoa, crit.
Is it a good crit or a bad?
It's a natural 20.
Damn it!
So it's a good crit in a bad way.
Yeah.
The other one hits a 4 AC, Tynna, which that ain't no thing. That definitely ain't. And the other one hits a 7 AC. So the one that did crit you, he's like, "What's up, yo?" He attacks you with a sweet crossbow bolt. No honor among these kobolds. Shoots you directly in the back. You hear the twang of the crossbow. You would imagine perhaps they're firing at Thoricus, but seemingly in protection of this guardian of theirs that is terrified. They shoot you. You take 11 piercing damage. He rolled hot. I know, I rolled an 11 out of 2d6. Sorry about that. So you take 11 damage. You feel the crossbow shoot you in the back. Tynna, make me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw. Or no, it's 10 or half the damage. So DC 10 Constitution saving throw. Nice. You feel that bolt in the back, but at the same time, you feel that warmth of Shantia's warm light on your backside, and in this moment, kind of protects you from losing focus on your spiritual guardians, your concentration.
Yeah, I feel it pierce my back. I'm kind of like thrown forward into that magical light. So it's like a shitty slap, but then a nice hug.
Exactly. Like, ooh. All right. Yeah, you're able to maintain your concentration, your spiritual guardians. But you did take 11. That's those ones there. You've got 3, 1, 2. They're gonna jump. These 2 are gonna. It's difficult terrain. That shatter actually worked in your advantage a little bit there, Divot. This one is going to hop down. You see the ones to your west, Divot, up that little 10-foot flight of stairs. They move. One can't get too much farther, so he's going to go. He's got that same kind of sling that the ones up top were using. 20 AC. These little dudes are slinging it. And then you get, it's not as much damage, though. You take 3 piercing damage as he whips this sling at you and kind of hits you in the back, after you batted away the arrow shooting at you in the front. This other one here, let me double check him. Yeah, he's the same.
He hit me in the back?
Yes.
I didn't even notice.
Nice, yeah, unflinching.
Like I think, but I'm still looking at the dragon.
Heck yeah, you are. It sticks into your back, and you unflinching, just kind of swallow that 3 damage. The other one is, I'm sorry, I know there's a lot of them, is going to fire his. He does have a crossbow. 5 AC, that's a miss. These 2 are going to jump down. And only one of them, actually, he's going to eat the damage. He's going to jump down off this little ledge here. They both will. So they both get dexterity saving throws. You see these 2 kobolds to your south, Divot, rather than like jumping down the stairs and then running down. They're both like, rah, and they jump off the ledge to like kind of try to land on the ground about 10 feet behind you. Both of them failing their dexterity saving throws. So they're going to take a little fall damage. Not much, just 1.
Damage.
But yeah, so you see both of them as they land, their feet kind of hurt, like when you jump off something a little too high. You see it stuns them for a brief moment. And then this one is he can reach you, and this one cannot. So he's gonna just, sorry, this one doesn't get that far. That one is going to attack you. You see with the same little kind of broken half spears that the other ones have used. 18 AC. As the bolt stabs you in the back, you feel the spear log into one of your bones in the back of your spine. You take 5 piercing damage. You can still choose to be unflinching and haunt your way through it, but you do feel a spear stab you in the back as one of the kobolds gets closer.
So the one who just got me,
yes,
as a reaction, I'd like to hit him with Hellish Rebuke.
Dope. Yeah, you see the black energy as he pierces the bone, like some purple magic starts seeping out like a backdraft. Go ahead and Hellish Rebuke him.
Yeah. With the flavor that I still don't break eye contact with the dragon. I just roast that guy.
No. Dope. Hellish Rebuke happens is as a reaction. Half of the damage happens. So, Divot, he gets a dexterity save.
Because he just gave me how much damage?
5.
Yeah. So, fuck that guy.
So he gets a 12 on his dexterity saving throw. That's a fail. Your DC is 17. So he takes the full 17. Divot, what happens to this guy who had the gall to stab you in the back?
Okay. So I'm staring down the dragon, and I literally just like point my bone arm, and then dark hellish purple fire comes out of my scrimshawed fingers, and I like roast that guy, and I'm just kind of like, he needs help.
You look and as far as determining the features of a bone dragon, its slanted eyes kind of peer down even smaller. You think it might be a little impressed, Divot, at what you were just able to accomplish, batting away 2 crossbow bolts, sucking in some damage from the other ones. But yeah, again, you're not sure whether that means he's just going to fight you harder or what, but the effect is certainly granted. You see the other kobold, being unable to reach you, watch his friend get roasted by this dark black and purple magic, and he just squawks, and he's going to make a check here just to see if that didn't scare the literal piss out of him. He got a 2!
Hellish Rebuke is such a dope reaction. Anybody who can take that should take it.
Yeah, it is sick. Divot, yes, you hear the trickling water sound of like a small babbling brook as you detect the sound of a kobold peeing all over himself behind you after watching his friend and ally scorched to death by heinous dark warlock magic. So we're gonna name that one's Mr. Pee-Pee Pants from now on.
Old Mr. Pee-Pee Pants.
Old Mr. Pee-Pee Pants. This one is, God, there's a lot of kobolds. Sorry, guys. This guy's also going to do the jump down. He is... He also is going to take some falling damage as he lands on the ground, the same stunned feet, unable to reach as far. He kind of stands back. You see these ones, Divot, this display of power of yours is seemingly keeping them at bay, as one more of them, even still, is going to attempt to shoot. He's only got the sling. But he gets plus. Ooh, a 1! Shit, crit!
Whoa!
Right, see, a bad crit in a good way. All right, so yeah, Divot, again, just your sick dopeness, just this intense moment that you're having. The fire from your Hellish Rebuke still remains and just kind of scorches the arrow as it shoots through it. Nothing but ash, kicked out on the backside. But yeah, super sweet. This one here, Bruenor, you see the one that you had kind of thrown in the ground. He attempts to stand up, and he's going to take a pot shot at you with his little crossbow. Oh, crit! Ow!
What the fuck? Hold on, wait. Can I throw him? Is it like an action for him to get up?
It takes half of his movement to stand up from prone. So he does burn his half movement to stand up, and as he does so, he pulls a crossbow out, looks up, and you see the Urk, you're still kind of like settling on it. You haven't really mastered riding this beast just yet. You see the Urk kind of looks down at him and kind of tips you toward it, like yeah, shoot, and you see the little crossbow bolt shoots up. Dang, little dudes with crits. This is what they say about multiple little guys. They can add up. You take 7 piercing damage, Bruno. You feel a crossbow bolt land through and pierce.
Dare you?
I'm sorry. No, guys.
Not you.
No, I'm not sorry.
You.
I was the kobold is terrified. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I have to. This is work for me. I have to.
Friends.
All right.
We were brethren. How dare you?
Bruenor, now you've gotten yourself a little closer now by floating in the air where you are to these 3 kobolds on the southeast, and all 3 of them are going to take a shot at you. I'm sorry, you're just the only one close to range, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Getting a 7 AC, a 5 AC, and a 17 AC.
Cool. All 3 of them could just missed me. I decided to go the, the clean route. They could just miss me and wish they could kiss me because nope, none of them did.
You hear the 3 thuds of arrows into the sturdy core of the maiden's bort as you shield yourself, trying to gain control over this irk that you're, mounted on currently.
Oh yeah, so I'm kind of getting my sea legs again on this little like chocobo style tiny guy, right? Just kind of getting on him and he's flying a little bit, and I just know because I saw them when I dropped in the first time when I was on the Bryman. So I did jump off of the Bryman and he is up where he should be.
Yeah, still kind of plastered against that rock wall.
Yeah. So I kind of knew that there were some dudes down here, so I'm keeping, my ears open that way, and I'll have my shield up when I'm on the little Urkabo, and I take those
with your
3
defense,
arrows.
Bruenor, it's like you're the best person for these people to be firing at. It's these little kobolds have very little chance, short of crits and maybe very high rolls. Of being able to penetrate your armor. So in this moment, as you kind of take the fire of 4 different kobolds, only one of them getting through to you, you still kind of serve a pretty dope protector purpose in that moment. They do. That's actually them's the kobolds. These ones, rather than run into where Thoricus is, they're gonna maintain their position. These 2 here, Thoricus on the northwest side, they are up on a ledge, so you would actually it's like up 10 feet. But this one here, standing by the stairs, is on your level. You see the bone dragon still kind of dealing with this like barrage of holy Venus flytraps, cutting away the tar that holds its body together. But they are done, Thoricus. What do you do?
Well, now I can't remember. Forgive me. We've had a lot of crits lately.
Man, for real.
I'm super duper high, y'all. Did I use my battle alacrity the last time that I moved?
You did.
I did.
You did.
Okay. I wasn't sure because of where I was. Okay.
Yes, because it was you ended up using the extra movement in order to make the second part of the curve to get to the third, the third one that you just murdered. So yes,
they were like that when I got here, man. I don't know what that would be.
Kultalmak, I don't know what your deal is.
Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't sure. So honestly, I can't really do a whole hell of a lot as far as my movement because I got these short little legs, y'all. I think I can move there, or can I do one more?
One more, yes, you could. There you go.
There. Okay, and then I'm gonna, since I don't think I can get up there just yet, I'm gonna bring him out.
Bring him out.
Bring him out. Come on,
Trusty, Dusty, why
That'll
you looking rusty?
That'll do.
Ooh, nice. Which are you targeting there, Thoricus?
I guess I will go with the one furthest back on the ridge, the one that has it looks like a little silver shield.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Yeah, you kind of picked the heavily armored one. The one that looks similarly to they're not the royal guards, but the guards of the shaman inside.
Right. He looked a little beefier, so I was like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Picking up on his extra beef, you fire up a couple.
I'm clearing up.
Now it does take both, but that would put him down. Thoricus, how would you like to do this?
Well, just kind of strut like a dwarven kind of strut. After I got done finding those guys the way that they were, and I see these guys up on the ridge, I'm like, howdy, boys. And then hear them, snicker something in koboldese that I don't understand, and of course, I'm gonna freak out because they're obviously talking shit about me. So, okay. And then I'm just gonna quick draw McGraw, old trusty Dust, and just whack whack, and just one in the back of his throat, so he can't talk shit anymore. And then as he bends down, just one right between the eyes. He's like, whack.
Yeah, you hear him cry out, and then you hear him kind of gurgling on his own blood as the arrow is severed through his windpipe. You hear a hiss, as little jets of blood start pouring out. You let him bask in that little moment of pain for a moment, and then you put the mark that you could have done the first time, and you put him out of his misery.
Can I shoot the first one into his throat so that all that happens, and then as it's like spewing out, like hit him in the side of the face so he like turns towards his buddy and just starts like shooting blood all over his buddies?
Yes. Yeah. You kind of like ricochet your arrow a little bit off the nearby stone wall, and you're just like, and it gets him to turn, and he's just like, and like the last jetting throws of a sprinkler, you see as some of the blood of his friend is painted on the nearby, not as well heavily armored, but also standing on the ridge. You see, he also is going to make that same. These guys, you know, they're kobolds, but they're not. Man, that's where they roll hot though. With he didn't a dirty 20, but a 20. He holds his resolve, but it did, you know, he did have to do a belly check there. The one below the ledge doesn't actually see what's going on. He just hears it, which is, you know, let's be honest, probably pretty
sometimes
terrible.
Sometimes that's enough for people.
Sometimes
they just got to hear that, you know, and they're like, "Oh my god,
don't do it.
I can't be around that.
Don't do it. Don't though. Like don't."
I'm not going to. I'm kind of one of those people.
All right. All right, Thoricus. Yeah, so you managed to. I'm sorry, I forgot to put the dope red X on this guy, but Kobold number 4 has fallen at the hands of Thoricus Onyxheart.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh,
Do you have anything else, Thoricus?
I don't really, just because that's movement and 2 actions. I mean, bonus action, I probably doesn't need any more hit points. I'm 97 out of 92 because of temporary hit points and aid and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't need a second wind or anything, and I don't see anything worth necessarily action surging for at the moment. Maybe I'm wrong. Do we take a cast vote on that? Anyone?
You know, you're kind of looking around. You see Tynna's kind of basked in this battle with the bone dragon. Yeah, it's like everybody's kind of locked into a thing right now.
I figured. Yeah, so I'm like, and that bone dragon is like taken off, right?
Yeah, you see, you know, the power of Tynna's magic is pushing it away for sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to hit that and fuck that up. So.
Dope. All right, so Thoricus,
then I'm good.
You you kind of look
stay
up
there and kind of shoot him the old glare. Be like, "What's good? You want some? You just want to stick around?"
You hit it with the old glare bear.
Yep, glare bear stare.
Again, you know, the steely resolve. Again, these guys kind of, you know, have that demonic, possessed, you know, blacked out, blighted eyes thing. And so, although they are still kobolds, you know, their resolve might be a little stronger than, say, your average, like, forest-dwelling kobold. I'm going to go back and forth between saying kobold and kobold all night long. So just enjoy that roller coaster, because it's whichever I feel like saying at the time. It is actually the Bone Dragon's turn. Divot. I always like showing the recharge rolls. So he needs a 5 or a 6 to recharge his Bone Cyclone that you admire so much.
Yeah.
He got a 2.
Man, a part of me is disappointed.
All right, so as you kind of like lock eyes with this beast, and you see the sunken hollows of this tar-covered, shattered half skull of a dragon. Suddenly, you start feeling like a voice in your mind, similar to the way that you telepathically communicate with others. And you see as this bone dragon kind of stares down on you. He goes, "Ah, you reek of death. Well, death holds no sway here, Bone Man." And he leaps at you. You see, he pushes his wings behind him and just kind of shoots down at you. And he's gonna come at you. He's gonna come at you with 3 attacks, Divot. 2 claws and a bite. Each of them gets plus. Here we go. 3 attacks. The first 2 claws swing at you. Boom. 21 AC. A critical miss. A 1. That's a shit crit. Let's get that one.
Whoa. Shit.
Welcome back, Ivy.
Thank you.
You're just missing a little bit of shenanigans here. This dragon is attacking at your brother.
Welcome to the Bone Zone, everybody.
Bone Zone, and here comes the bite. 19 AC divot.
So that will in fact hit me.
All right, so you see, the first claw comes down at you and just kind of scratches. You see it chunks off a huge piece of your bone as some of like the little bone bits of the dragon skeleton that half pieces this strange resin bone dragon together. You see it scratch down at you and cut a little of your own bone off your arm. Your natural healing kind of starts splintering away, reforming bone at a faster rate than would normally happen. You see it comes down with another claw and you're able to kind of hold it off, throw it to the side as his bite comes down and he sinks these tar-covered black teeth into your bone. And you feel like as he bites down kind of where your jaw and neck is, you feel your jawbone crack a little bit as you take a total of 26 damage from the combined 2 attacks. And he is right on top of you now. But again, Divot, it does not appear that he is interested in anything else that's going on. But he seems to he seems to be, he's taken your it's almost like if there's a silverback gorilla and you try to like bang a pot at it, the silverback gorilla will just fight you because it thinks you're challenging it, and so he thinks your display of power is a respectful display of your strength, and he's choosing to battle you basically in this moment.
I shouldn't have tried to impress this guy.
Your hubris! All right, so the Urk Rial, no, he can't see you, so this is kind of, the other Urk looks over at his ally, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and can reach it. He flies up to you, Bruenor, and he's going to attempt his little scratch attack. Not quite as damaging as dropping a boulder on you or anything, but here he comes. Oh, I'm sorry, he has a dagger. He slashes at you with this little dagger. 8 AC.
No.
Nope. You see it misses as it kind of slices at you menacingly, but it watches you kind of riding on its friend. Speaking of his friend, Bruenor, give me an animal handling check.
Yay!
And I rolled a 23. Woo!
Born to ride, the Cavalier class is, and so too is Bruenor the Serpent. You're on this thing, so you can kind of do what you did with it on the last one, where it's like you can have it move. It is an intelligent creature, so it's not going to want to like do anything necessarily until your turn if you're trying to like force it toward damage or death. But you can kind of make it move. It's 30 feet right now. That's kind of what you get from riding it in this moment.
Okay. 30 feet. Let me see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. I want to kind of go over by Rial. So, like, towards him that way. But not get hit by lightning. So
okay, yeah, you can kind of walk, fly right past the area where the scepter is just like collecting the lightning. It's not sparkling past or beyond the fear of the random bolts of energy kind of at bay as the scepter is basked in this electrical magic. But yeah, you can get him right there. You just kind of steer him by. You see, he like is wise on you. You start kind of going toward the lightning, and he's like, and he kind of like steers himself away and aside as you're both kind of like feeling the crackling energy of this.
Right, but I chose to go around. I thought about it, I considered it, and I'm like showing it because I too directed it that I'm not gonna do that to you. So like, you're more important to me than that. Yeah, just fucking chill, bro. Like, so I'm showing him like, just chill. I got you. I don't want to do that either. It scared me as well. So let's go this way.
It works. You managed to fly, and again, there's only 2 Urks remaining, and so yes, you you kind of fly him over near again the crackling energy of the statue shooting out and be connected by the scepter that the Rial kind of was floating there with his Legerdmain. And yeah, you're just kind of floating right around where that 10-foot stone block ends and the actual statue of Kultalmak begins. Cool. You got anything else? Oh no, it's not actually your turn. That was
it's
your
not
movement.
me yet. I just.
Yes.
But... Yeah.
So that actually, Tynna Smoothhands. Oh no, I'm sorry. The other dragon, Tynna, as you're kind of looking up at it, you see it's trying to have the same kind of showdown that it's having with your brother. And so if you'll imagine with me, like the magic of the cosmos in this moment, as an element of pure life is showing off against one of these creatures of undeath, and an element of pure death is showing off against another one, as if like the primaterial plane, there's like a line between you and Divot right now, as you both have these like tremendous showdowns with just beings of incredible power. Both of you holding your own very admirably. You see the bone dragon, finally sick of losing the tar, beats his mighty wings and starts flying away. And he actually starts flying toward the area where Brian is posted up. Now you see Brian kind of looks down at you, Bruenor. He's not gonna jump without the word from you, but he is like, do I go after this thing or not? But that'll happen on your turn. So yeah, you see it flies away. You feel the beating wings. Again, the skeleton still remains, just small pieces of the bone that have been pulled up. A lot of the tar still remains on these skeletons that are still laying on the ground. And so yes, Tynna, you're kind of standing there showered, basked in this benevolent energy. What do you do?
Yeah, it's like that scene in Scott Pilgrim where it's like the battle where the big animals are fighting each other, and I'm just going all in on this massive energy of Shantia that's flowing through me. And is it my turn now?
It is your turn, yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Welcome back.
So, thank you. It feels good to be back. But yeah, we're locked eyes, me and this bone dragon.
As he's flying away from you, he's terrified.
Yeah. I'm really like using that fiery power to intimidate in this moment, if I can. I just want to like kind of crush in the fact, like twist the arm a little bit that I am in control. Unlock that like malevolent, like more evil side of Tynna a little bit.
All right, yeah, bask in the fact that you just like kind of checked this guy in his face. I like that, yeah, giving in to, again, feeling that trickster tickle as the statue of Kultalmak nearby. That strange, yes, trickster energy. It did have its own delicious taste, as you kind of stare down this creature and it recoils and flees from you, and you feel that swelling of the bounty of Shantia within you. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check with advantage here.
Ooh, my roll 20 is loaded. Ooh, but yeah, like that little taste of the fear, it feels so delicious, and I'm slipping. She's slipping back to think about those old ways. I might just have to roll some dice or something.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and just give me.
Let me just try to open this one more time.
Yeah,
sorry.
This is the Roll20 dance break.
Oh, she's loading. Okay.
She's loading, baby.
She's loading. What was I doing? I'm sorry, I'm also high.
You were doing an intimidation check.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
If it felt like I was stalling because I also forgot for a second, that's what just happened too. I was like, shit, what was she doing? This is what's supposed to happen all the time. Yeah, no.
So 13.
No, you had advantage on that one. So
okay, cool. Yeah,
you get a nice 17. So what this actually does, Tynna, this bone dragon, unfortunately, is already as scared of you as he's going to get. In this moment, he's frightened, he's terrified. For the next minute, he's just going to continue fleeing from you. But the kobolds nearby that have been volleying arrows at you, they see this, that it's like that you just basically like stood up to this creature and now it's fleeing from you. The guardian or one of the, called upon by this strange statue of their god. And they are going to make morale checks, which I believe, is apparently homebrew. That's a holdover from previous editions. But I always like the concept of like not everybody's trying to completely die all the time. Not everything is worth it. So that is a fail, and that is so the ones that can see you, Tynna, which unfortunately in this moment is really only these two to the north over by Thoricus. They will be too afraid to attack you. Like they don't want to incur your wrath. So,
yeah, and I make it a point to not make eye contact with them because they are not what I'm concerned about right now. And so I'm just throwing that energy at them, but not making that eye contact.
Nobody's throwing these kobolds any eye contact. They're all just like, what the
They
fuck?
don't
Why?
know.
What? This is
No.
so disrespectful. Fuck. Why won't they look at us? I'm scary. Ah! Shit. Fuck you.
What am I trying to order a drink?
The whole family is paying no attention to the kobolds that are trying to kill them. All right, dope, Tynna. That's actually not an action. That's just because you're dope and you were doing a cool thing. So you still have your move, your bonus, and your action. Were you so to choose them?
Yeah, awesome. I think I am gonna move. Sorry. I'm getting everything situated in my map. I'm gonna stop apologizing.
Yeah. You're awesome. Do
Yeah.
something crazy.
Yeah, fuck it up.
You do something crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm still making eye contact with this bone dragon here, and he's on the edge there, like he's about.
He's
to
like flying. Like he went. He used his dash, so he used double his movement. He went 60 feet away from you. Like he's flying away. He wants to get as far away from you as possible. And then and just remember, if he takes any damage, it'll break that frighten on him.
Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna approach him any further, but I'm not gonna break eye contact, and I'm gonna just move forward just a little bit.
Dope. Yeah, again, kind of by moving forward, pushing him away from your allies. That it's like as long as you kind of keep moving, he's just gonna keep getting further and further away from where you're.
And I kind of keep Brian in the corner of my eye if I can see him while I do that, because I'm kind of just trying to like squeeze him out of the way.
Yeah, you're like playing pool with him with like some cosmic energy. You're just like trying to get him around Brian, but you know what? You get him one of those.
Like some magic puppeteer.
English.
We'll
Yeah.
put a little English on that. Put a little dash. All right, so that.
Yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit forward, and I don't think there's much else that I want to do right now. I have my spirit guardian swirling around me, but I'm gonna just hold steady.
All right, do you want to ready an action then? You would be able to hold, if there was like a certain spell you wanted to cast under a condition, you could cast that spell and hold it in your hand, and then if that condition is met, you could cast it. So, that way you've got a use of an action. Or like if you're worried if somebody, but it is like it's a specific trigger. So if something were to if X, then Y.
Yeah. So I'm concerned about Brian right now. So if anybody attacks Brian, I'm hitting them with a sacred flame. And so I'm just gonna ready that action.
You're standing there all dope sauce with all these like glowing the plants shooting around you, and you just kind of summon the spell itself. You cast the spell into your own hand, and you're just kind of like looking at Brian, looking at the bone dragon, looking at Brian. It's just like you've got your eyes on the situation, but you've got a sacred flame in the chamber for anybody that dare mess with that thick.
Yeah, I'm caught up in my own like badassery in this moment. I'm just inhaling how awesome I am and like how much I'm connected to Shantia in this moment, and I'm so cool, but like, I gotta keep that power and gotta keep it on lock. So I just keep that little flame of burning.
You've got it, you feel it crackling in your hands, maybe a little sparkle like a firework from time to time as that little trickster tickle, from deep within, from your roots as a trickster clear, kind of crackles. And, you kind of just sit there and hold it, waiting for somebody to make such a foolish move as to attack the thickest, wiggliest boy of them all, Brian the Dracodile. Tynna, if that's the end of your turn, Bruenor, you're up, and Divot, you're on deck.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. I want to lean over and see if I can peep down this hole or if I can hear anything in the hole anymore. Is there any movement or nonsense or?
All right, so yeah, you can kind of peer over that corner there, diagonally, if you will. You can peer down the hole. Now that the kind of bubbling energy of this purple and black magic has settled, you can kind of see through the cracks where the darkness is. You look down, it looks like the chasm below goes down about 50 feet. And then you see what looks like faint candlelight at the base, like illuminating a small chamber beneath. But you don't see like the slaughtered bodies of the creatures that fell. In fact, they are strangely absent entirely. But from what you can make out with your angles, you look down, you see this kind of like 50-foot chamber, and then the soft glowing light of candlelight kind of glowing at the base. You can't really make out too much. A little bit of like a gilded floor, like there's like the floors almost look like it's made of marble, with some gold leafing throughout it. You see kind of catching the shine of the candlelight.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna take out Daughter of Ash and shoot this Urk in the face. The one not that I'm riding, but that's across from me.
I was gonna say that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. You're like, hey, tap him on the head and just like like when you would hold a rubber band on your friend and snap him.
No, that'd be messed up. I would have just slit his throat with Angelo.
Right. Yeah. To be fair, you know, right?
Who
doesn't want to die
advantage that?
from
Daughter
Angelo?
of Ash. I roll for a 13 though. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
For 8.
Ooh, I think, what does he have? 9? Let me double check. No, it's 7. Yes, he's dead. What do you do? How do you deliver this young man?
I'm like on him and I'm getting like resituated where I'm at. I kind of lean over and look at the hole and then go, weird, all that gilded candle. That's interesting. All right, and then like in the middle of it, I go, throw, just shoot this arrow like as fast as I can to more entertain myself than anything else, right? To see if I could do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting used to Daughter of Ash, right? It was an incredible gift from Rial, so like Bruenor is getting used to this arrow shoot and jive instead of hand axe and jive, but I do love me some hand axing though.
Yeah, you feel that ash wood against your hand, a finely carved bow. Swah! You let the piercing bolt go.
With the new string.
That's
even.
right, the twang of the crystalline phase spider web. You see it as it adds a little bit of extra thrust, accounting for the +1 damage that it does.
Yeah,
You watch as this Urk, where you shot at Bruenor, you see its wings are beating, and you kind of hit it like right under the armpit. And you see as its wing goes to flap, because you now understand like how these things move. You basically disable its ability to fly. And you see its other wing, kind of flapping, but this left one can't, and it starts falling toward the ground, spinning as the other wing tries to catch control, and its face just smashes into the side of the ruin. You see the wings stop flapping as the dead body just slides down the stone as the weight of this dead Urk just smears down the wall.
Cool. Chop. Okay, so then I use Daughter of Ash again, and I want to shoot at this guy that's on the bottom of a hole here. It's this guy. Shoot that one. And I do that too, just like, wah!
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get 2 attacks as part of your attack action because you're a high enough level fighter now.
Well.
That one unfortunately does not hit.
That's fine, I'm just letting him know I'm there.
He's like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
And a fuck you to you, sir.
Just a quick one,
All right. So that's a miss on him. I'm sorry, I was putting an X on this Urk here, but I keep clicking the wrong button. I've done it 3 times. I have to scroll over. This is a nightmare. It's getting a red dot instead of a. You know what? I'm doing everything. It's getting all these. This one is dead. This one that's having a party with these colored circles.
Oh. Hell yeah.
That one died. That's the color of all the stuff coming out of him.
Yes.
As he just smears
You're
down
having
the
a New
wall.
Orleans funeral?
Yeah. All right. So, Bruenor, you got anything else?
No.
I mean, that was pretty dope. Not to say it like that. You got anything else? Yeah.
No, I got you.
You want to murder the crap out of anything else? All
No,
right.
that was cool. I just wanted to do that and show off and then let that other guy know that I was watching you.
All right. Dibbit, you're up.
Okay. I feel like my situation with the dragon has obviously gotten a little attention from some of the other baddies in the room because they've gathered around. So since they're all watching, I might as well give them a show. I'm going to use my Mantle of Inspiration, and I am going to take the form, the wondrous appearance that I will take for just a moment will be that of, sorry, I'm trying to find it so that I can cast it. I'll just tell you. Okay, so I want to look just like the bone dragon, but I want to be a 6-sided bone dragon. laying underneath him because he was biting me.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I'm just this big dragon underneath him.
Oh, sick. Sick. Yes. Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody who wants to, you're going to use your reaction here to move up to half your movement.
Yeah, I get to dole out 8 temporary hit points, and then they get to move without incurring AOs.
Do your thing. Divot, I am going to give you that little, kind of the same way that Tynna in the Bounteous Garden was granted an extra target by the being so close to the benevolent light. This connection with such like a pure agent of undeath, as you have this like haunch showdown with this guy, you get to have one more additional target, but they do have to be able to see you.
Okay. So that would include Husky. I'm going to hit myself because I've taken some damage. I think I can see Rial and Bruenor.
Yep, both of them. I would give Thoricus the angle here. He did move close enough to kind of, again, he's kind of like seeing basically the top of you, but right now you're this dope, big, giant, 6-eyed dragon. So you once again see, Divot taking some sweet, awesome form, and you can benefit from that as well.
Okay, cool. So I have one left, but I can't see any more of my teammates.
You can see Brian.
Okay, so me, Rial, Bruenor, Brian. Correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to do something weird, and maybe it will literally come back to bite me, but I'm going to do something weird.
Let's do something
I'm going to
weird.
give my last one to the Bone Dragon. Okay, I know that's super weird. And then I also, hear me out, I'm going to cast, and this will be my action for my turn, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whisper. And what I want to whisper to the dragon is, "You're truly beautiful. You don't have to die again today."
All right, Divot. So your Mantle of Inspiration, let's resolve that first. Who if you can take the bonus hit points without taking a move, but if you do get those bonus hit points, you can then also move up to your movement speed without incurring AOs.
Shit, I hit that before you said the wave, my bad.
Oh, no problem at all. That'll be the next step.
Now you can see the spell.
Yeah. So yes, anybody that gets those temporary HP, if you want to move right now, you can move up to your speed without AOs. Go ahead and do that now.
I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
I'm gonna stay put as well.
This boy is going this way. Hey.
All right, Scooty boots away from the other. What's this little bone dragon?
He goes 30s. Yeah, we're gonna go right up here. Just kind of get a little bit closer here.
You move up to 30 feet on the Urk.
On the Urk. Okay.
Or you could dismount the Urk if you wanted to.
Guys, well, you know me.
I do.
You know, I see something and I'm like, I will ride it. Okay. No, I've created a friendship with this Urk. We have a history now, but I would like to see. Can we get to the top of this this statue, like the top of it? Because it said that the lightning's coming out of the feet. Can we
Correct.
kind of hop up and like be on the top of the statue?
Yes. Yeah, you could reach it. It's 10 feet. You literally would, with 30 feet, you would reach the top of it. So if you wanted to have the Urk perch up there, or you yourself hop off, you could do either one.
Yeah, we're gonna be on like not right at the very, very top, but on like an ear.
Dope.
The top ear. Yeah.
The top, the 4 ears of the statued creature. Dope. Anybody else taking that move? Thoricus? You're muted.
I didn't get it.
No, you did.
Bruenor, Rial, Divot, and Brian.
No, you could get it. We said you could just see him because he did move forward.
Well, shit, yeah, I'll move. Shit, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna move right up next to my guy here and be like, just lean on the wall and be like, "What's up?" Told you I'd be right over. How can I help you?
You slide, you feel the cold stone of this ancient ruin upon your back. A fine stone, as far as a stone reaver would be concerned. And yeah, you just kind of like leaned back against the wall, and you see the kobold down, still kind of dusting himself off from jumping down. He's like, "Rah!" And he like looks over at you. looks up, remembers hearing that horrible sound above him, looks at you again, and is going to make himself another one of those morale checks. Anybody else have a movement?
Just the dragon, I guess. 'Cause I'm a
Actually, dude, again, these kobolds with their...
That was pretty good.
They got heart, man. They got heart for a little guy. He looks at you and he's like, fuck you, dude. All right, so if that's the end of the movements, then Divot, then we go into your casting of Dissonant Whispers. DC 17 Wisdom save. So if you succeed, you will also be basically have something fleeing away from you again in this beautiful parallel to you and your sister in this moment. This is a big save, so we'll take the DM screen.
Man, and I guess I got a little ahead of myself because I did want to give the dragon the opportunity to leave. Like that was why I granted it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again,
but he's clamped onto me. So
yeah. It's just kind of like it's like the price of this engagement with him in the moment. But you grant him the opportunity, and you again to pay that moment there. You see that he casts them off. He's like, creature of death, your god bears no sway here. And you whisper back to him, and he gets to make a DC 17. So be it. And you hear the "so be it" kind of echo in the canyon. All of you hear it as the bone dragon, bearing down on this six-eyed dragon that's still, retaining the hold for the moment. And then as you see this giant cliff on the back side of him, and that's where we're gonna go ahead and hang it and come back after intermission, guys. We're gonna hang it. We're gonna hang it on that cliff. And then we'll come back and we'll see what happens. We'll see.
You just got me with that. I was like, what?
Oh, we're hanging it.
He's getting sneaky. He's getting real sneaky.
I'm sorry, guys. We went a little longer than usual. I'm having a blast here. Hang with us, guys. We have some amazing new art and music here in the intermission. Holy crap, guys! These submissions are getting out of hand. Big shout outs. Ray Torres submitted some new work. He's the one that's done the Thoricus, as well as our new Divot art. He's also got a little Bruenor stuff on his Instagram. I believe it's RayRay3075. Check out our man. He's sending in awesome stuff. Love that little dude. He's my homie from way back. Vlad, of course, always coming through with big hits. Jake Taylor's got his own little piece of work. And speaking of Jake Taylor, I'd like to take 1 second and congratulate you on your new home, my friend. Boom,
Thanks,
Jake.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Leveling up in real life, my friend. Crit Sip, we love you. Hang with us, guys. We got 10 minutes. Fill up your water glasses, unfill your bladders, get your snacks, because, man, this shit's going to be crazy. We'll be back in 10 minutes, guys, to resolve the battle of the bone. Mm. back, buds, to WeeDnD, the pod positive live tabletop role-playing experience. Holy crap, we got us a pretty crazy fight going on here between the Ferocious Five and some pretty intense bone dragons. Let's jump back in, guys. Let's get back into this. So you, Divot, you're kind of sitting there. You're still holding the visage of the six-eyed bone dragon of your own. The magic's starting to peel away, but in this moment, you still retain that visage. You lay on the cold marble stone of the ground. You smell the tar in the air, and you can see the intense ferocity of this bone dragon just bearing down on you. He casts at you. He calls you weak. He says that the god of death bears no sway here, and you reply, "And so it is." And with the magical echoes of your words, they kind of rattle off the canyon walls. And he makes a saving throw. And here we go. It's only fair because I was like keeping you on a little clip there. Here we go. Boom.
Yeah.
Shit, crit.
Whoa, shit, crit.
Here we go. All right, Divot. You see as so it is. You see the words like purple magic vibrating inside the skull of this creature. You see direct fear and dread wash over the face of the skeletal tar creature as it beats its mighty wings and uses its reaction to move away. Divot, you didn't move with your reaction.
No, I'm directly under him, so as far away as possible would be straight up, I guess, right?
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, he just kind of starts beating his wings and going up into the sky. You would get an attack of opportunity on him, you ready for this moment, him not, as he moves out of your threat range. Now, you didn't use your reaction to move, so you still have a reaction up your sleeve if you do want to take an AOO on him with the cool breeze.
Yeah, just because it's such a fucking cool breeze. It's a long, tall drink of death. Yeah. Let me put it on him.
Boom, it does have... Okay, nope, none of those factor in. It does have some...
So many dice.
Damage mitigators.
Dang.
Unfortunately, no, it has a 17 AC. Both, your strike as you swing up at it, its fear has driven it away from you too fast. You see the cold blade pierce the empty air above you as little trickles of snow kind of fall down on your red mask of death. You see the dragon in fear flies up. Let me just double check what his range was. 40, I know he flies 60 feet. So he goes 60 feet into the air, Divot. And in this moment, you and Tynna attune to the polar opposite sides of the magic that's swirling around in this moment. In this ferocious showdown, you can almost kind of only see each other as you see reality sliced in half, the force of light pushing back against undeath, and the power of death, the other side of the cycle of life, also pushing back against undeath, half brother, half sister, swirling around in this magical display. Since he failed, he also takes quite a bit of damage. And so 14 damage. He's not bleeding or anything. But now he's 60 feet in the air above you. You got anything else, Divot?
So he's 60 feet above me now?
Yes. The visage of the six-eyed bone dragon kind of fading away as the red mask of death starts peeling out of the magic. You kind of stand into the, out of the former shell of your Mantle of Inspiration and back into the, also, frightening form of Divot.
Do I still have full movement?
You do. You have not moved yet. And now that that threat is gone, the only one that was close enough to touch you was burned by your death and shadow magic. So yeah, currently you still have your full movement.
Okay. I'm going to use it to disrespectfully walk and step back up on top of this guy.
Awesome.
Do something crazy.
And I'd like to attempt to jump over the hole to get over to Bruenor and Rial.
Yes, friends.
All right, Divot.
Can I do get a help action? Can I help him? By catching his arm if he doesn't make it?
because you're
I'm
pretty
gonna
far
make it.
away. You're actually
I
a
know,
full
I did
move
just
away
go.
from him.
You're right. Okay, it's fine.
Now divot that. Let me kick you some D into here. That is beyond your move, so that would be 10, 20, 30.
Oh, is it beyond my move?
Yeah, you could get right up to where the ledge that you blew off was. Let's see, that's
Okay,
what,
my bad.
5, 10, 15, 20.
It's kind of hard to see.
I know that the grid on
on
this
the
map
snow.
particularly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, if you wanted to, you would be. I would allow you to make an athletics check, like a running jump, but obviously rolling poorly in this circumstance may not be fantastic.
Do it.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
All right, Divot. You see the portal, now calm, just a swirl of black and purple magic. You start running up to the edge. You feel the urge to stop running as your feet kind of slide on the ground and kick a couple stones away, and then you bear down into your knees and prepare to leap across. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, DC 15.
And you said athletics, not acrobatics, eh?
You could make a case for acrobatics. I've always felt like with some descriptional flair, you could convince me on acrobatics. How would you make that acrobatics, Divot?
Oh, well, I'm doing, so I'm not doing a front flip. I'm doing, kind of like this, it's like a swanton bomb thing. It's a wrestling move. It's kind of like it's like the opposite of a backflip.
So you
It's
do
a
like
real
moonsault.
slow, dangerous
Yeah.
looking moonsault thing.
Yeah. I get
Your
you.
head looks like it's gonna snap off until the last second.
Okay, give it to me. I dig it. It is no advantage though. You just have it's a straight acrobatics DC 15.
15. Whoa.
Divot, just as described. Now you're not able to get all the way to the scepter. You land just on the edge of this rim here with that 15. You're not off the edge, but you're right there. Exactly. Your feet land on the edge, but the front of your feet are actually dangling over the hole. And for a moment, like your momentum, your little bone arms start weaving in the air, and you're able to stabilize yourself on the edge of the stone.
In fact, if I wasn't a little bit lighter from losing my skin, I wouldn't have made the jump.
Exactly. Yeah. It couldn't have been closer. A razor thin margin.
By the skin of my skin.
Dope. You got anything else, Divot?
No, that's it.
That was dope, though. Rial, Othrevan, you are up.
Man, so I'm tucked away. I saw Divot make this epic leap, though. And I'm curious, kind of by these surroundings. Can I put on like the Arcana goggles to take a look at the scepter, taking the lightning, and then like the statue by it?
Yes, Rial, you again, the most learned, coming from a cloistered scholar background, first having access to many books and then very few as you became a prisoner under Ergon's laboratory. So you go ahead and give me an Arcana check. There's no particular reason for advantage on this, so it would just be a flat Arcana check. Now, what specifically are you looking at? Just so I know, because that'll determine the DC. What matters?
Just because I've seen the reaction, like how the scepter actually took the bolt, and now it's not diverting to any of the dragons or anything. I guess that specifically.
Okay.
And then I kind of figure out what I may or may want to.
All right. So I'm gonna. This will be a 15 as well. The
15.
Yes.
Oh.
Now you will have to move to see that. Fair.
Okay.
You would have to move forward about 10 feet to be able to see the scepter, to have this moment.
Okay. Let me see. I'll scooch a little bit first, and then we'll roll. This is like right there, like another 5 feet. Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool. All right. Let's see what we got. DC 15.
I did realize the stone pattern makes it confusing with the grid. It's a learning
It was
process.
all good. We make some dope maps, man. It was all good.
The truth of this map. I made a 2-hour version of this map that was. That is what it was. It was a natural one.
Whoa,
shit
crit.
Rules is rules. We are nothing if not creatures of ritual.
Why are the kobolds hanging on to all the crits, the good ones?
Yeah, right? For real.
Jeez, guys.
I've been rolling hot today. Sometimes that pendulum swings both ways, believe me. None of the kobolds last week could push you in. But yeah, no, I hated this map originally, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I spent a ton of time on it, and it's like that's actually opposite of what I'm trying to do. And but this one, I finished that map, hated it, and then made this one in like 30 minutes because I took the stuff I liked from the other one and made a better map. Let that be a lesson. Where second drafts are important to just everything.
Listen, I'm having a good time.
All right.
I just came here to have a good time, and I feel like I had no idea what I was walking into, and I'm in it.
Dope.
And I'm here for it, and I'm loving it, and I'm living it. So.
Amen.
Every DM's dream. You guys are the best. All right. So yes, unfortunately, Rial with your one. It's almost like you're looking at the Arcana, but you let your mind start thinking about the history of it all. And nobody can fail a history check quite like the Ferocious Five. And so, yes, rather than conceiving about the magic of it all, you're like, perhaps it's from the third age. No, the fourth age, the fifth age. And you're just too busy musing over what age it might be to actually discern the magical nature of this scepter.
What a nerd. Jeez. All right, well, that still guides my next decision, which let's approach this gingerly. So I want to go up to the staff, or the scepter.
You feel that energy, like a wave hitting you in the face, the power of that lightning bolt.
And just eyeballing it for as it is, like in front of me. I at least kind of want to put my hand up backwards near the handle of the scepter. Because if you're going to reach for anything electric, never grab like that, because it tightens your muscles. So I'll go at it the opposite way, just to see if there's any reaction.
All right, you wisely, like you said, the reasoning behind that, the muscles to open your hand are not nearly as strong as the muscles you've trained constantly to close. And so when the electricity hits your muscles, the strongest one wins, and that's close your hand. So let that be a real life lesson to you. If you're going to touch something and you're not, first off, don't touch electric things. But if you're an idiot like me and you're like working and you don't want to get up and get your tester and do the whole thing, you just give it a little tip tappity with the back of your finger. That way, if your hand closes, you close away from it. I love that reasoning there, Rial. You start moving your hand again.
Somebody clip that. That's important. We need to save a life.
Yeah.
Seriously,
the verisimilitude.
I'm just like, it's important because that could save a life. Like, you never know who could see that whenever they see it. Just, I'm serious.
It did save my life. That's true. I used to work on pool heaters, and I got pretty badly electrocuted once. And it was exactly that. My hand closed away from it rather than locking onto it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think those are we learn those things in the weirdest places. So thank you thank you. Thanks for
GANJA, man. You'll learn a little something every time.
Learn the crazy stuff.
No, Rial, you start moving your hand kind of close to the scepter, even though you failed your Arcana in just a truly epic fashion. You can't help but feel the magic kind of dripping off of this scepter in the moment. You do start moving your hand toward it, and as your fine elven fingers start moving near it, the fine white hairs around your wrist start standing up on end, like the feeling you get before you're about to be struck by lightning. And so you kind of move your hand away. Your instinct is correct, Rial. You do think that in order to touch this scepter, one would potentially be bearing the brunt of the lightning bolt. Now, you don't necessarily know what that means or doesn't mean, but you did, you got a little crackle on your hand, and you were smart enough not to just touch it with your fingers. So, yes, the scepter is live.
The scepter is live.
Yeah.
Well, and I know what it can do, because I see that crispy little irk right over there. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, double burned.
So, what's an arcane trickster to do when I can't use my hand to touch something? Oh, wait, my other one. The invisible one. So I'll use that to grab the staff, and I want to move it closer to the statue.
All right, sweet. Yeah, you again, yours is invisible to all save you and Divot, who, again, has 360-degree vision with his vest of eyes. You see this, your invisible hand, it wraps around the grip of it. And what do you want to do with it, Rial? Where are you? You're just moving it closer to the statue?
Is there any kind of a divot, as in a groove in the ground divot, or a slot around? Because we're supposed to stick it in the thingy.
So you feel that kind of
What the fuck did you just call me?
You feel that tickle. You feel that tickle in your brain from your best friend who was the Battle Master Tactics thinking earlier. you start looking at like where the hole is coming from. You see the energy of the lightning coming out from near the base of the feet of this Kultalmak statue. And as you kind of start moving it, the intensity of the lightning crackling in several directions, you notice that there is like a hole that this lightning is coming out of that is similar in radius to the bulbous part of this scepter.
All right. Can I stick it in? Am I able to do that with the mage hand? Do I got enough oomph to stick her on in there?
So yeah, let's see. You've got 30 feet. Yeah, actually, the required strength to push it in. Obviously, you're surrounded by kobolds, so it wouldn't be like the god would be like, "You must have epic strength," and then no kobold can do it. Yeah, Rial, you think you're now. This is an act. Is it a bonus action or an action to move your mage hand? Do you know?
It's just an action, but all I've done is move so far, unless the Arcana check counted too. I don't know.
Well, you cast. No, you've had the mage hand. Okay. So no, the Arcana check. No, all of that is good. So yeah, you can use your action to move this scepter. You just kind of start pushing it, and strangely, you feel like the magic pushing back against you as you're like trying to basically force this thing into the hole. You turn the magic of your mage hand and line the scepter up with the hole, and with a burst of all the arcane energy within you, you push forward. And you see the scepter lock into place. The electricity starts shooting through the stone statue. And you see these blue electric veins shooting up and around the frame of this stone outline of the kobold god Kultalmak. And you see as the blue lightning finally fills up, and you watch the eyes of the statue open, and now rather than the blinding white light of before, it is the blue electric energy that burns in its eyes. You see the stone mouth open, and crackling blue lightning emanates in the mouth behind the lips, and you just hear the words, Kultalmak! It's the kobolds' turns, unless you have a bonus action that you want to do or anything, Rial.
This could go so many ways. I'll just cunning action dash, but not full move. I just want to square up here by divot and scoot away from the statue just a little bit. Even if it just is in the appearance of being humble to a deity, just kind of backing off.
All right, yes, you see, you move away with no, it's like it doesn't stop you or anything. Obviously you're disengaged, so you're able to bear that power within. Again, this is me trying to. You know how a touchpad just doesn't want to. You're like, Brandon, at intermission, Why didn't you grab your mouse? And you're right. And you're not wrong at all. This moment is happening. So a little bit of lightning is shooting out of the back of this thing. That was a part I forgot to describe because it won't minimize it. Yes, you see the blue eyes. They kind of watch you as you back away, but it doesn't intervene in your moving away. Bruenor, you're standing on this statue. You and this Urk are just standing there, and you feel like this just incredible energy start shooting up. Give me a reaction save. I'm not sorry. Welcome back to other editions. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Give me a reaction save, and what's your THAC?
Reaction. I'm a newbie.
No, that's my bad.
Will love Winter's barking. It's 17.
So you are able to both hop onto this Urk in the moment and yank up. You grab it under the hook. You see it's like whack, and you just pull up, and you guys leap. You're just hovering about 5 feet above it, but you do manage to miss this current of electricity that charges the statue.
Cool. I want this Urk to fucking know that, okay? Like, he better see that and retain that and lock that in, because bitch, I got your back. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, you so far, you see it kind of chirping at you. You see it looks down as this little lightning bolt sizzles over the top, and you see it looks at you with a little bit of knowing. It certainly appreciated the save there.
Good.
You see now as the presence of this strange stone, electrified stone creature comes to light. You see all of the kobolds nearby are emboldened. You see they turn and they look, and now in the black void in their eyes, you see the same blue lightning start crackling in their eyes as well. They turn and they look back at each of you that they stand near, and you see a little bit of lightning crackling in their own mouths. Kultalmak, Kultalmak. They all chant in unison. Thoricus, you see the one that you're kind of like leaning next to the stone. It twists its head and looks at you, and you see the blue lightning in its eyes as it goes to take a bite at you, with this strange blue lightning shining in its mouth. Roll 27 AC. That's not going to be good enough. You see it bites at you, Thoricus, and you like barely, like, you don't even have to like move too much. You're just like, please, and just kind of hold him at bay as he snaps and bites at you. The ferocious lightning in his eyes. The one above you also is going to try to leap down on you, and as he's going to attempt to knock you prone. So give me an athletics check, Thoricus. He's probably a fool. You're Mr. Hot. You only rolled a 4. Oh, it's not going to be good for him. Nice. 17. Thoricus, you see, he's jumping down at you, and the glow of the lightning in his mouth kind of catches your eye, and you just reach up and grab it. And you just hold the whole of his weight. You're just literally just clutching his chest and staring him in the eyes. And you see a little bit of soullessness as this purple blue lightning just crackles and stares back at you. You see these guys are they're in the zone now. They're ready to engage. Divot, the ones near you. 1, 2, only 3 of them can actually get to you, but they are going to. Oh no, you're on the other side. They all have to do their range stuff. This one runs up on you. He does have range. Here is boom, +3 to this. 15 AC.
That does not hit.
All right, you see, one of the spears comes, and again, you're kind of perilously standing on this ledge. It's like in a cartoon. You kind of like move your spine a little bit. The spear stabs through. Another one, the other guy nearby on the back stairs. These 3 are all going to take shots at you, Divot. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1!
Yeah.
Bro, these dice tonight.
Shit, crit.
420's like, you a bitch, and so is your aunt. All right, the other 2, however, were quite good. 22 AC and a 20 AC.
Yeah, that's it.
So you're catching some of these little bolts. One of them is a sling and one of them is a bolt. You take 3 from the sling and you take 6 from the bolt. I don't think. You're not concentrating on anything right now, are you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
God, I hope not.
So yeah, 3 from the bolt and then 6, or 3 from the sling and then 6 from the bolt. And the one was a critical miss. So again, one of them just you can bat away with little problem. These 3 over here now no longer really having anybody to take a shot at. They're going to use their move. Bruenor, you see the ones along the southern ridge, on the top rim around this excavation site. You see they've kind of like run one way. They're like, and then they get there and they like look around and you're not there anymore. And then they like look over to the other side and they're like, and then they like continue to start running back around the other side. Like they keep trying to get at you, but you just keep like bouncing back and forth from one side to the other.
Good.
That one stabbed at you. This one, Divot, this one's gonna do the same. He's just gonna turn around. The one at the top of the stairs in the turquoise armor, one of the original like kind of doper guards. You see he turns around. He has a long sword, and he slashes at you. 13 plus 4, 17 AC.
Yeah, he hit me.
3. Ooh, max damage. You take 11 slashing damage.
Damn, getting cut up.
Yeah, bro. The kobolds are ferocious right now. None of them try their lightning attack. Actually, that's probably good. Sorry, there's quite a few kobolds. Then these two in the top here are gonna go at you, Rial. You see both of them firing their little short bows at you. 1, 2. That is a 16 AC and a 17 AC.
Yeah, both hit.
All right, the short bow is, oh gosh, I'm rolling hot on damage though. So 6. The first one hits you for 8 damage. The second one hits you for 3 damage. So take 11 piercing total.
Can I uncanny dodge that 8?
Yes, absolutely. So you take 4. You take 4 from that one, right? You take half of it.
Yeah, half.
Cool.
So 7.
Dope. Heck yeah. Sensing the arrows, again, those little like white hairs on your arm, just kind of like that, and you get a little spidey sense as the arrows shoot at you. Kind of matrix dip back, and one of the arrows just slices your shoulder a little bit, but you realize it could have been a pretty bad blow to the chest.
Oh yeah.
Dope. These these two are. This one's actually going to try to like get a little better position on you, Rial, and he is going to try to shoot you with a sling. This one's not as much damage. 15 AC.
No, it does not hit.
Again, you're kind of like the second part of the Matrix part. Move away the other way, and the sling just shoots past you. This guy's a melee guy. He's going to choose to go up. So he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he's going to attempt his dash. Thoricus, you're going to get an AOO if you want to use your reaction on this guy as he runs past you. Okay.
You're muted still. Do you have a question too, or you kind
no, I'm holding the guy up.
You still managed to take a hit though. That was great.
Yeah, you see him kind of come up over these steps, Thoricus, as he's like running up, lightning in his eyes. He's gonna attempt to run past you and towards Tynna.
Oh yeah, no, I'm taking that.
All right.
Badass. What's gonna happen?
Get that.
That actually hits. He has 15 AC. 10 damage is good, but not enough to kill him. But that softens him up. He doesn't really want to run into the glowing lights anymore. You know what? He runs past you. You hit him with the shot. He's gonna turn around and come back at you, bro. He's not. You know what I mean? He doesn't like want to run into this like glowing doom thing. So now you've got one in the air as another one snarls at you with blue lightning in his face. And he's like, all right, well, if you want to hit me, I'm just gonna charge you. And he tries to like rush you up and push you against the wall and take a bite at you with his little kobold bite.
Rude.
And
Very rude.
14 AC. The dice are not being super friendly to me. So yeah, you see, you kind of catch the other one. Now you've got one out up above you and one in front of you. And what's dope is that it's your turn, Thoricus. What do you do?
Oh.
Well, I'm just gonna
Hook him up, T.
I was just like, I'm just gonna make him kiss and make up real quick. I just like to, as I got both of them by the neck, just being like, you two, just, and then like let go of them, grab the backs of their heads, and just smash their faces together. See if I can knock any of those teeth, those electric blue teeth out.
I do like that.
Kiss and make up.
Still kind of leaning on the wall. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
just like.
So will that be a strength check?
Yeah, give me just do pure strength, because that would be a d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency, because you are proficient.
17?
17's enough. And again, they've both got this kind of like blue lightning thing. So yeah, you're gonna like take the lightning of both of their mouths and try to smash them together as they both try to bite you.
Yeah.
I dig that a lot. So yeah, it'll be a d6. Typically, an unarmed attack would just be 1 plus your strength modifier. But you're also going to, like, in the same time, set off their electric thing on each other. So they'll each, and this is kind of heinous, they'll each take 2d6 additional damage. So,
Gnarly.
So yeah, in this case, because of your immense strength, we're going to give you a d4 plus your strength for just raw damage.
Okay.
And what is that? You have a 20 strength, right?
I do.
All right, so that's 8. Dope. And then roll 2d6, and that'll be the lightning damage. They are resistant, so they take half, but they only have 2 hit points left. So 2, With a 4.
I'll do it.
All right, Thoricus, how do you make him kiss?
Oh, yeah. Well, after I just, it'll be like that really awkward, you just ask the girl to the prom and you're so excited and you just like rush in for the kiss and like you knock your teeth together. You're like, oh, sorry. And then you just try it again, but then you do it again. I'm just going to be like, smash. Oh, I'm so sorry. Smash, smash, smash. Just like keep banging them together. Be like, oh, yeah. And then do that. And I'm going to turn to the guy standing next to me and be like, you love watching this shit, don't you? Love watching this. Oh, yeah. Just making out. Look how happy they are.
Thoricus.
Together forever.
Thoricus.
Just drop it.
Gives him the Thoricus.
Yeah, there it is.
Your first smash of these creatures' faces together, you feel great resistance as the many rows of sharp teeth bang against each other. But like slamming your fist against a wooden door, each press of their face against each other shows less and less resistance as you break the teeth out of both of them. At first, just the front. And then starting to be their canines in the back rows of teeth. Then with your immense 20 strength, you smash their faces together so hard that all of their teeth shatter. Their jaws snap, and you force this electric energy within their heads together. And like putting two sides of like batteries that don't go together, you feel this wave of electric energy as you try pushing them together, and you watch them both just fucking explode in a huge explosion of blue lightning. Both of their corpses charred and fall to the side. Pieces of skin, flayed, charred, rolling away down the stairs across on your feet, mixing in with the lifeless ash ground at your feet. But yes, Thoricus, with your first attack, you have Thoricus to these guys to death.
Yep. Sure have.
They get the red X.
Every kill begins with K.
I do hear that, yeah.
If you have an in with K, have them call us.
Yeah,
I
if you
read
don't
that
self-kill
article.
with a K, then fuck you.
So
Wow.
that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, right? Jeez.
You still have a second attack as part of your attack action.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I would like
wow. Golly.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll give it to him.
Oh, shit.
14.
Yeah, bro, that hits. That one. So remember, he's kind of up on the ridge.
No, you said he jumped down, didn't you?
Oh no, he jumped down. You're right. No, the one that jumped. Oh yeah. No, this one jumped, and then you kissed him into this one. So I put the X on the wrong one.
Right.
Sorry. Boom.
You know
Un-X.
the boy who lived? This is the one who jumped. And it doesn't end very well.
One jump.
Yeah, this is what Obi-Wan was talking
He
about.
didn't
The high
have to look
ground.
at his mother to save his legs.
All right. So yes, this one next to you, the one that you were kind of like leaning back, throwing the what's up to, after murdering his friends in front of him, you give him a 14 AC hits this one.
Nice. Yeah. So I just like to, because I think I hit the other guy as he was coming up the stairs, right? And he came back.
Yes.
So then after I just dumped him, I'd just like to kind of like kick Lucille over and, like hold that in and then kick the Blightbringer side over. So it just like chops straight into the guy's neck and just like goes straight through him as he's up on the wall. Like, you're fucking weird, dude. I'm like, you love this shit. And I'm like, kick it over and fucking just fling it over.
Yeah, as both sides of the axe kind of dig into the stone next to him, you kind of like pushing a push up, like a freaking bar. You just kind of have him pinned against the wall. The slash of the blade, the 14 damage, not enough to kill him, but he's at 1. You see, but he is pinned against the wall. Your axe is just like held into the wall, holding his body against the stone of this ruin. As just blood is pouring out of him.
Yeah, I didn't want to David Carradine him, just to the edge.
Just right
Just close
there.
enough.
Right there. All right. So this begins. Thoricus, you got anything else? I mean, that was a lot of really dope stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I guess I'm just gonna chill up here against the wall still and watch this guy die. Actually, I'll switch over to the other side of him if I can.
Yeah, you
I'm just at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, you just kind of
It's all
slide
about the
around
angles.
him.
It's about the angles, right?
Yeah.
You gotta get your angle done. Like,
If there's any old ladies that come by, I can help them down the stairs.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You good?
Or
You're
old
ready.
men. I
Yeah.
would help anyone.
Hey, any frail person.
Baby. If a baby walked by, I would help it down the stairs.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know what you guys would do with babies. Your track with record
I
with
would
children
help the
is.
baby. We've never met a baby.
You'd never
We've
kill a
never-
baby.
We've never
I mean,
killed
if the
a
baby asked politely, I'd help it up the stairs.
Oh, yeah,
Gus,
if I didn't
kill
get a
me.
thank
I'm
you
a
at the end of
baby.
it,
That baby
I
needs
take it back
manners,
to the
you
top
know?
again.
Like, I don't want this baby. What if
They
this
don't-
baby is racist? I don't know.
Yeah, they don't need any help down the stairs.
Just say, I don't know.
I knew.
Fair point.
I've never met a racist baby, you know? But like,
That
I'm just,
you know of.
that I know of. But listen, I don't. In my position as a prince, I never really talk. They wouldn't let me talk to babies because
No.
I was always at war, you know. So like,
Warn it.
I don't need to meet the babies. You know, that's my sister's job. That was her shit, you know.
Yes.
So like, you know, if they can't fight, throw them in the pit. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point, Bruenor. Again, you know, you are Prince Bruenor, although, you know, in the way that your society is structured, Prince, the masculine term, only applies to what your role is in that society. So you are the prince, the heir of the throne of Elmira, and your sister is the princess and handles things like the actual running of the city while you guys are off at war. So
Yeah, so it's like, you know, if you have multiple children, each person has their job type thing. So
More of a caste
each person,
system, yes.
yeah. So they make it work. It is what it is. And Bruenor was
did.
definitely not very smart. So into the battle she went.
Thoricus, you slide next to this dude looking all dope. You kind of like sit down, lean against him. You just look at him like he's dying in front of you. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's not really an outcome that's good. He looks at you, the crackling blue lightning in his eyes. He's gonna fight through to the very end. He knows he's dead, but he's still gonna try to get you to ride the lightning.
Can I just, as I'm sneaking to the other side of him, can I just do like a little shimmy? Like, with my back to him, and like as I'm passing, just look at him in the face. You know, you love this shit.
Stone Reaver.
What you doing over there? Just choking
Mm,
next to the cliff?
Stone
My
Reaver.
hat.
Yes, you absolutely do, and you see him. You see his pride just broken in a moment. Even though he's this black lightning-eyed creature, he's like, you hurt his. It hurts his feel bads as he's dying. Blood pouring out of his neck. My pride. All right, so
Can I use my inspiration point to make him die of sadness?
yes. To do 1 point of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to make him set hit. What do you say to this thing?
Oh, God. I gotta mute my bot. I'm not.
I'm just gonna whip my head around and just give him the classic. I knew it was you. My heart. Just give him a kiss on the cheek. I'm like, you loved me.
That song that I'm not allowed to play right now starts playing. You feel his, you know, kind of leathery, dragon scaly skin as your lips, you know, kiss him on the cheek. He looks at you like a brother, and you watch as he puts his hand out to like try to apologize for, you know, letting you and your father down, and his little kobold claw just kind of like settles on your chest, and you just kind of push it away, and he's hanging, but he's still pinned to the wall. So you just see his entire body weight like hanging down, and his little body's just sagging, but his neck is just like being stretched more and more as the weight of his body slowly pulls him toward the earth.
All right.
Proud of yourself. You pride yourself.
I mean, that's an inspiration point moment. You went Godfather on him. I love it. All right, sweet. You got anything else on that incredible turn there, Thoricus?
I'm good. I'm just gonna chill at the top of the stairs.
Hear you, be incredible.
Look at you. All right, so moment of truth here. David, the fear of the bone dragon, I believe it fades away at the beginning of his turn. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, it's just he just uses his reaction and bounces back. So now you see the kind of fog of fear wither away from his face as he looks down on you. Here we go, team. We've got another recharge check.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, a 4. That don't cut it. He needs a 5 or a 6. So his breath weapon does not recharge. He is, however, 60 feet in the air. Nice. Which would mean he would have to use his entire move action just to get back to the point that he's at now. So he's going to do that. And then he's going to fly. He's going to use a dash, his other action to dash. And he floats right over top of you guys and this hole. I don't want to block the vision of it too much there, but here, I'll do this. This will work. There we go. But he did use his action to do so. So he is in range of both of you guys. He's kind of trying to make it where you can't flee from your position, while kind of flapping his bone wings over this floating purpley black void of magic that you're both perilously standing on the edge of.
Is he blowing any of that aside as he's flapping atop?
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like affected by like wind or anything. It's definitely magical in nature. So that's his entire turn. Tynna, you also had the other bone dragon. Now, turn undead lasts for a full minute until this dude takes some damage. So you watch as, maybe the fear of death wears off of one, the power of life continues to persevere over the agents of undeath, and you push this being farther and farther away. He continues flying higher and higher up into the sky. It's like he's almost like lining himself up with the sun, as you see, like a shadow cast down on the earth around his feet. But
yeah, and I recognize this control that I have over the dragon, and it's a little intoxicating, but I am still propelled by that life force energy.
Oh yeah. You I mean, again, what more do you need than to see, this undead creature just being driven back by this pure light of, your own bounty. Again, it's kind of more going up and off than toward Brian. Like that fear is kind of swayed as you've moved forward. It's kind of pushing him that way. And so yes, you on his turn, that's what he does. He just continues to run away in fear of the powerful light of life. The Urk that you're on, Bruenor, has at this point changed his opinions of you. He's kindly toward you. So what would you like him to do? He can drop rocks. He has a little dagger. He kind of operates similarly like if you're riding Brian and Brian has his own actions. In this case, this Urk has now basically been like, well, everybody else is getting murdered and this lady keeps being nice to me. So what do you want him to do on his turn?
Is there any way that he can communicate to me the importance or this god? We are sitting on the ear of the statue of a god, of a creature that I feel like they're familiar with. Is there any way that they can communicate to me, how I can communicate to this statue to chill? Fucking stop emanating electricity for
all right.
5 seconds.
Do you speak Draconic?
No.
I just wasn't sure with your backstory. I know the Exonia stuff happened later, so it's not like you would have necessarily.
Yeah, that's the problem. No, I speak Common. I speak Elvish and Aquan. So anything underwater, I can.
You need to give this thing a swim speed.
Listen, I'll teach you how to swim eventually. I will change your life entirely. It's want to see if I can connect to it like animal level. I think Brian's like spoiled me because Brian's gotten so smart, right?
Yeah, he is very intelligent. Bruenor, do you have an inspiration point?
You better fucking bet your britches I do, bro.
I would say if you wish to use your inspiration point to attempt to communicate with this creature like you would an aquatic creature, like, you know, this new bond that you guys have, if you actually try to communicate with it that way, using an inspiration point, I would allow.
Cha, so I've like really been like, I was underwater for so long and got so connected and involved with that entire life. And it's been a real change for me, like above, like on land, because we've only been dealing with all this stuff for like the past month, like couple weeks.
Yeah, month and a half.
Right. So like otherwise I was usually underwater, like, so I'm just now kind of getting my land legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had my sea legs, I'm good on that. I can jump back in the water whenever. And we just came out of water and I used my shield to like get everybody some breath, and that felt amazing. So I feel like I'm just gonna like take that confidence and that like self-esteem boost that I got from like bringing everybody underwater, and I'm gonna connect with this animal with my cavalier fucking rooted training, right? Like connect with the beast, like really make a point to like really try to see its perspective. So that's why I saved its life, right? So, and that's why I did my best with it, and so I just want to like be there for it and like be there with it and be like, listen, communicate with me and I'm here with you, like with your body, whatever it is. I want to see how it can connect with me with my inspiration point. I laid it on thick, Brandon. What are you gonna do?
All right. I love it.
Thick on purpose.
You kind of like look down, you see, turns his head back and looks at you, and you're like trying to communicate it in Aqua in the way you would with an aquatic creature, trying to use rudimentary hand gestures to, you know, make your point, try to get some information out of this creature. And it chatters back at you in Draconic. And you're just, it's not clicking. And then you're like looking in the eyes of this creature and you realize something that you had overlooked. He's dumb. Like, he's super dumb. Like, his intentions are good, but he's not actually intelligent at all. And so, rather than like trying to like use big, broad terms, suddenly you just kind of look at it and you're like, and you wave your hand in front of its face and its face moves, and then you're like, point at a thing, and he like looks at a thing, and then he looks at you, and you kind of like start putting this little like communication of the two of you that's based to like point what's that, or like you know, a way that it can kind of give you some inclination. Again, not having the language, there's a little game of telephone happening between intention and execution, but you were able to get this communication to this creature. And you want to know, I just wanted to clarify, you wanted to know about the Kultalmak statue?
Yeah, I want to know how to like get it to, I'm like to chill the fuck out. Like if this is what it can do, you know, like if it's dormant all night long, like I want to figure out how to go back for it to be dormant. If it always has this like insane stuff happening and whatever, like I want to like be aware of that, I guess. Like I don't know how to explain that.
All right, so this, as you're kind of like, you know, riding Bruenor, a warrior of many pouches, you know, and you're kind of riding, you're riding this creature, you know, and you feel the wind as it kind of like wiggles underneath your feet, and you feel your leather pouch of gold kind of like jingle against your side, and suddenly you see the creature, and then you kind of like look down, you move your hand toward the pouch again, and you kind of shake it. And he's like, "Ookwak, ookwak, ookwak," and he looks down toward the statue. So that's the communique that he gives you. He says,
So the statue maybe perhaps wants some motherfucking gold, because it's a kobold, and kobolds like motherfucking riches. Okay, curious. I'm not okay, I'm a traveled man, right? Like I've been about, I've been around places. I know how different cultures work, and sometimes when you go through places, you want to leave a little bit of an offering, right? To a shrine, especially. So I feel this energy from it telling me what's up, and I think it was just on its turn, but I'm getting a coin ready to flip behind me. On or flip next to me, like onto it, to see what happens. But I'm getting it ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's kind of what happens
wait.
on its turn. Is
Cool.
Yeah, you guys have that communicate, and that's what it uses its turn for. Which brings us to Tynna Smoothhands. Still kind of walking forward with this sphere of electrified, life-giving plants that kind of bite and gnaw at the dark energy around her. Almost like the sun's extra bright around the region that she walks. What do you do?
Yeah, I just want to cut this distance between me and this radius of energy. And so I'm going to go ahead and move up. But just to clarify, I could use my action to move twice my
Correct. You
my
can use
speed,
your
right?
action to do what's called the dash action, where you then get to move your movement speed again.
I'm going to do that.
Sweet. Go ahead and give me there if you want, because it's like there's like a step down right there. There's a little bit of a ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get, just give me like a DC. It's only a 5-foot ledge, so give me a DC 10 athletics check. Otherwise, that one square would be difficult terrain, and you would be one square back from where you're at.
Did you say athletic?
Yes, DC 10.
Okay. Bow.
Perfect. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you managed to do it without losing the square going through that difficult terrain. So yeah, you're now standing at the top of those steps. Your light's pouring on the body of the Urk that lies in the shattered stones from when Divot's spell was backfired on him. And one of the kobolds is also there. You see the plant life kind of chewing on their corpses. The other ones are just outside of your reach. You can see they're like right there, but
Yeah.
the speed of a Lightfoot halfling kind of coming back to bite you in this moment.
I got little legs, okay?
Little tiny legs.
I'm going as fast as I can.
But yeah, you notice now that you've moved past the dragon, it's like now going up and away the opposite direction. So it's being driven, toward the southwest. And will continue doing so for the next 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Sweet, you got anything? You still have a bonus action if you had any bonus action things you would like to do.
You know what? No, not really. I had just readied that spell for Brian. I'm just gonna kind of let that fade away and sort of relax that part of my awareness so that I can focus more on what's ahead.
Oh, but just by the way, I know Divot was being super chill about it, but I took a lot of damage. Just in case the group didn't know.
Oh, did I see Divot take that damage?
You, from where you are now, because you did make the double move, you are at the top of the steps and can see Divot. And yeah, he's definitely in bad shape. You see like a ton of like crossbow bolts sticking out of his bones and like the shattered form of where a spear is struck. You see the bone dragon looming over the top of him. What is the range on the bonus action healing word?
Let me check. I am scrolling and checking. Ha! Oh wait.
He's within range. So,
60 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, so he is within 60 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I look around and I instinctively we've already been connected, sort of like up to this point. And our battles are mirroring each other, and so I feel that energy, and we're not twins or anything, but almost like that same twin energy. I feel that he's in peril, and I toss him healing word over there.
Boom, hit him with that. So it's a D4 plus your spell casting ability modifier. So if you cast it at level 1, it's just a D4 plus, I think, what's your wisdom? Is it 18?
Let me check. I suddenly can't read. +9.
Oh no, that's probably the saving throw. What's just the stat itself?
I'm looking. Oh my gosh. Yes, 18. You're right.
Okay, so it'll be a D4 plus 4. So just go ahead and roll a D4.
Okay.
And then Divot will get that plus 4. Nice. 7.
Oh yeah, 7. Cool. Yeah. So I I'm still like have to have all these plants swirling around me, but I take one arm and break free and send warm healing light energy.
That sweet kiss of Shantia's grace is bestowed upon the dwindling frame of your brother. David, you get 7 healing back in that moment. Tynna, I believe that's the end of your turn. Bruenor, you're up, and Divot, you're on deck.
All right.
Okay, so I want. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want Brian's getting a little bit closer. Cool. And then I also flip a coin. So let me see. We have gold. I'm gonna flip like 100 gold. Just because why not? Who cares? I'm a prince. Doesn't matter. But I want to flip 100 gold into the lap of this god statue. I just want to see what happens.
You basically take the same pouch, that had jingled at your side. You just cut it open. You wouldn't cut it open. You like a good bag. You just kind of, you undo the tie.
Bag.
You fastidiously undo the tie so that it, you make sure that the bag will be good later. Turn it over. The coins fall down, and there's not necessarily like a giant altar or offering tray, but you see this little area at the feet of the statue where some herbs have been placed and like some small animals and stuff. So where you would assume the offerings go on this particular statue. And you watch as the shimmering gold, the 100 pieces kind of shine from the light of the sun still frozen in the sky, and you watch them fall down onto the feet of the statue, and then they dissolve. And you hear, yes. That's it. That's what you hear in the moment. You don't notice any other distinguishable change, but you have heard the voice of approval come out of this statue's mouth.
Guess what? I know something about Bruenor. And that is positive reinforcement yields more results for Bruenor. So, right?
True.
So, like I said, Bruenor's a prince. Bruenor has lots of money. Bruenor doesn't care. I have 250 gold left in my wallet. That's all I have. But listen, the real treasure and gold is the friendships that I made along the way. So I just open up my pouch and let the whole 250 gold left go back on. If it means it would save my friends, it's worth it.
All right. Bruenor, you take the rest of your gold and you cast it down, you're standing near the top, you're floating just above the head of this electrified statue. You watch as your 250 pieces of gold shimmer through the sky, the light catching them from the sun still frozen in the sky, and they land and tinkle on the stone ground before the statue. And they all dissolve. And suddenly, you feel the electricity, the hum from the statue below you start to dissipate. To where there is not but a small source of blue electricity now burning in the eyes of the statue and no longer coursing through the veins in the skin of the creature. You just see this blue light crackling from the eyes of the statue, but the body of it is now seemingly dormant once more.
Excellent. There's no dollar amount that is worth my humanity, so if it helped kind of de-escalate, then that is fine.
Based on the sheer force of the energy that you were feeling, the fact that it's dwindled the way it has, it's like, you don't know necessarily how good or why, but you're like, it's definitely good to not have that happening right now. So, yes, no, a positive return for such an investment.
Cool. Does that count as my action?
I would say I would count that as a bonus action if we wanted to just use it for like the 6 seconds of narrative and a little thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you still have an action.
Nice.
There's 5 of us, you know. It's like it takes a little while to get back to your turn.
No, I
Sometimes.
get you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
Can I then just jump off of this awesome Urk and then just slice the throats of these 3 dudes that are next to us?
You're like, hold on, real quick.
I'm like, we're gonna work this out. It's fine, but I just gotta do this real quick. And then I just like do like a cartwheel flip off of it.
You see the
Just like
Urk
professional
after you
wrestler
jump
land
off
on
of it, Bruenor. It
Mm-hmm.
seems to be flying. Like after you leave it, it like gives you like a nod, similarly to what you were used to in the early days with Brian. And then it's seemingly starting to fly behind the statue, kind of to the base where the back of the ruin is collapsed.
The one thing that a cavalier knows is once you give something some like self-esteem and some self-respect, they respect you back. So you just gotta be like, you gotta give you space now. Here you go. I'm gonna kill your friends, but I'm gonna give you.
You do you. I might kill them right quick. Yeah, you're able to reach the spot right there after just kind of jumping off of this Urk. 17 AC is good enough.
With a 10 damage.
10 damage is good. Which one are you hitting here? The bow guy? That's enough to
The
kill
one
him. He only has
closest
9.
to
What do
me.
you do to him?
Oh, I just do a cartwheel off of the Urk, and then I just grab it and slit its throat, and then just drop it and look at its 2 friends. I'm like, right? This is what we're doing.
They like stare at you, you know, terrified as their friend just dies at their feet. You know, you see the one directly to your south, about 10 feet away from you. He seems to be like the armored, kind of more swarthy one. Again, they crackle with the black lightning in their eyes as well. But that first one's dead.
In that case, I'm going to hand axe him because he's just right out of my reach.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, wah, and throw a hand axe. If we're 20.
Nice. 25 AC definitely hits. An 8 does not kill him, however, but he's bleeding. You see the hand axe lands, you know, hits him right in the chin. You see it, he's like, as a little bit of blood pours out. It's kind of staining the ground.
That's fun. I think what I'm gonna do is just action surge.
Oh.
Just so I can
Mm.
clean up. You know what I like to call it? Cleaning up my side of the street. You know, right? So I just want to clean up my side of the street. If I'm up to something, I want to finish what I'm doing, and then, you know, because I'm over here in this corner, so it's time to just kind of clear this all out.
Respect.
So I'm gonna, yeah, right. So with that action surge, I just get like the action, like can't move, right?
Right, you get an additional action, so you'll have 2 more attacks from where you're at. But you can
Which
reach.
is
oh, no, you can't
incredible
reach,
because
right.
I have 2 axes, so I threw one. I'm gonna throw the second one at the same guy and see how that goes. It's an 11, so it's okay if it misses because I'm just letting him know I have not forgotten.
Just so you know, I'm still here. Yes, the second one unfortunately not good enough, but you do chuck it at him, and he kind of passes it away as he's still bleeding. You see his red blood dripping onto this strange life-leached
So
earth
then I'll
below
just
his feet.
shoot an arrow at him.
Nice. And then you line up. That's actually perfect. 24 AC is 9 damage. That's good enough. What do you do to this guy?
So I threw the ox, right, and it misses him, and he's like, huh. And then I go, oh, God, this is so terrible, right? And then I just kind of pull it from behind my back, like, and just get it ready and just let it give. I let it rip right into his head. It's a ripper. It's incredible. And then once his friend is torn asunder by this arrow that split him in twain, I will then look at this dude that's right over here after that, this like other third dude, right? That's like got the shield and the sword, and I'll just be like, would you like a ticket?
All right, you get some morale save here.
Yeah.
So far, they've rolled hot on these. This, however, is an exception, as this. Remember, if you will, that these 3 guys have basically just been running back and forth for like almost half a minute now, like just trying to get the right cut on you. She's on the other side, surely. So this time, they did that thing where you're like trying to trick your little brother when he's like running around the table. So you go back the other way, and so they had just turned around. and expose their backs to you. You come in from the sky and just begin eviscerating them one after the other. Finally, the third one turns over his shoulder to see his two allies dead on the ground. He looks at you and you hear the trickle of a little bit of that kobold pee on the ground. He is scared of you now, so he won't be moving toward you, Bruenor.
John, alright. Good for you. Good choice. I appreciate a wise choice made by somebody, you know?
All right, so Bruenor, if that's the end of your turn, again, you guys are crushing these turns, then Divot would be up.
It is Divot's turn, yeah.
Divot's turn.
Sick.
And then Rial, you're on
It's
deck.
Divot's turn. Oh, and I'm gonna drink to Divot. Hydrate,
Y'all-
babies.
Alright.
Mm.
I got two really weird ideas.
Two.
Ooh.
Alright. Okay. Well, I appreciate the help that my sister threw my way. But the reality is, there's a lot of crazy shit going on, and I still don't have a lot of help. And that dragon is right there, and no amount of healing I can do to myself is gonna be enough. And it hurts really bad when I do this, but I don't think I have a choice. So I'm gonna cast Polymorph on myself and turn into a T-Rex.
Oh, shoot. Brenna needs to bring up a T-Rex. Wait, didn't we have... I just want to see here. Because I remember last time it was a bud. Let's see.
Using Sculptor of Flesh.
Arg. I don't know why the color's that way. But it is what it is. Or is it huge or large, Divot? Do you remember? I think it's huge, right? It's 15 by 15.
That sounds right.
It did feel that way.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Big undead baby boy. Sweet 100-year-old baby boy.
All right, yeah. So you're still again kind of standing on this like stone edge precipice of this hole. As you look up at it, you feel the pain through your withered bones, the purple scrimshaw glowing from all this magic, and you just kind of look up at this thing. You're like you said, you're pretty close to toast, and so you decide to go with the strongest shape that you can. And you stare it in the eyes, maintaining that contact through your entire transformation. The kind of zombie bone dragon or Tyrannosaurus Rex, the D-Rex.
I turned into, again, like last time, I just turned into a Divot-sized T-Rex at first. And then grow, and it fucking hurts.
You kind of feel as your body's pulled, you feel the racking pain of what is the kind of dark magic that you call upon. And you feel all your atoms torn as your body is actually made larger. You feel the stretching, snapping tendons in some places, and there's these little patches of skin. You're still kind of like an undead T-Rex, and so it's like you've got a couple little patches of skin and stuff as you stand up, almost eye to eye with this bone dragon now. That is amazing, and that's your action. Do you have anything else? I don't know if you can bonus action as a Tyrannosaurus. That's a good question. No, that's right. Including your mental scores, the target's game statistics, including mental, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. So yeah, Divot, you kind of through this like pain and tearing of your spirit, you kind of go wild. You feel the anger of a Tyrannosaurus in this moment, and your mental stats are replaced by this Tyrannosaurus Rex.
So you're telling me he's like a beast right now?
Yes.
Beast mode, baby.
Uh-oh. Look at.
So I definitely roar in the dragon's face. So.
You let out this huge cry as you feel the dark, the wind you don't even really need to breathe, but you just draw upon to have this terrifying moment. The rattling roar of this T-Rex is matched by a billowing cry from this bone dragon. And it's almost like the sounds themselves are fighting in the middle of the two of you to push back one way or the other, but your strength is pretty nearly matched. as you kind of stand there and this intense showdown starts to take shape. I believe it's Rial's turn, correct? Unless, would this T-Rex move in this moment?
Let me see here. No, I don't think I can move without taking an attack.
All right.
Am I on top of stairs? I know there are stairs on the other 3 sides.
No, this side does not have stairs. It's just, I'm sorry, I know it's a little, there you go, I just want to
Okay,
see.
but you said I am basically almost eye to eye with this guy
Yes, yeah.
now? Okay. All right.
Yeah, because you're 15 feet tall, and so, you know, it's like you're, and again, you're not down on the ground. You're actually standing on the edge of that precipice. Like, so, I mean, if you want to, like, hop down to ground level, you could do that easily as well. But yeah, where you're at right now, standing on the top of that rim, you're kind of, like, staring him pretty closely in the eyes, like maybe one of those.
Okay, well, I just wasn't sure if there were stairs under me.
No, there is not stairs.
Okay, thank
My
you.
high ass. That's why I went J.R.R. Tolkien on you there. And furthermore, the history of the ground, of the stone, of the earth,
Yeah.
the green, of the hue, of the
That was all
legacy,
pertinent.
the age of the...
Yeah, okay, so for my move, I do like 3 quick fancy spins.
Nice. Just a
It
dazzler.
was.
Just
Yeah.
a show off. Yeah, you know, it actually does kind of serve to give you a little space. You back off this boy a little bit as he's kind of like pushed away by your spinning tail. And yeah, you do 3 fanciful spins. You know, even as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, Divot got flair. I'm just going to move you down so that Rial can be reached as well.
Can exist.
Yes, it's going to do one of those things. So, boom. Sweet, Rial, you're up, bro. Your giant Tyrannosaurus Rex friend, you know, standing right next to you, kind of an imposing figure, but looks like it's on your side still, so that's good.
No, absolutely, and I'm sure everyone can agree. Like in any big monster fight, nobody wants to watch the people, so I'm gonna help from afar on this one. Would I have to disengage the bone dragon before I start scooting away from him, or is he distanced enough in the air?
He's up in the air. You right.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before I go, I can feel that little tingle. Gotta help my brother out. It's so crazy. I just watch him transform into this enormous, undead dinosaur. And it just warms the heart. I'm like, that's my friend.
He's the best.
But I feel the magic building up, and my breath starts to go cold. You can see some of that condensation come out, and I nail him with Ray of Frost to slow him down and put a little on him.
Boom! Smell sniper!
No, it. Let me see. Let me just
Think he gets
cast
a
it
saving
for you.
I was muted, but smells my
He felt it. He heard it from your soul.
I was like,
The sniper!
Catch a whiff this summer.
oh my god, okay, sorry. I was
Ugh.
muted and I was like frantic. Okay, here
No,
we
that
go.
was
Have to
dope.
let out. You can't just let that go unsung.
Rial, unfortunately, not rolling too hot on your attack roll there with the
Oh,
Ray
dog.
of Frost. The AC is too high on this Bone Dragon. And again, it's like there's almost this weird black cyclone of energy between him and Divot right now. And it's like your magic just kind of goes "Brrrt," and rides the outside of that cyclone and is just cast away.
Yeah, and I'm poking through. I'm not hidden from him. Otherwise, magical ambush would have come in handy. But I don't think that flies this time.
True. So
Yeah,
he specifically like came over to mess with you guys.
yeah, he knows. Yeah, I do want to get closer to the statue because even though I've got this giant dragon in the face, would I have at least noticed the because I would have heard the gold tinkling down onto the statue
Yes.
and noticing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Your passive perception is so high that yes, you absolutely did perceive that. And then you saw Bruenor just kind of jump off, and then you heard just like slash, axe, arrow, and just like massive mayhem from above the ridge over there. And yeah, but you did see that Bruenor, you know, poured all over gold down at the feet of the statue. And it
Very interesting.
disappeared.
Yeah, and I kind of walk up as I get to the base of this giant Kultalmak statue, and I can see the Urk, the only Urk left alive. But I did see Bruenor riding him around,
Yeah,
and And walking up, does he seem aggro at all, or?
He does not seem aggro to you. He's not friendly to you. He's friendly to Bruenor, but at the same time, like he understands that you guys have a relationship. So he's not particularly like keen on you, but he's not aggressive toward you either. And he also, you notice in this moment, that he's seemingly like trying to fly behind the back of the statue for some reason.
Curious. Very curious. I'll kind of mosey over by him, and if in lieu of a cunning action, I can just use a regular bonus action. Can I throw some gold at this thing too?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, Rial, especially learning his his origins, basically, he's not the most material person because none of that seems to matter anymore. Like, really, just the last 3 years and a month that I've actually been around, realizing that's what I've been, like, whatever. So I've got 2 gold gems I'm just gonna offer to the statue. Or gold piece gems, I think they are.
And I think they were just like gold nuggets, weren't they? Like, what was did they have a value?
Let me see. Let it load, let's let it load.
Spicy 5-piece.
I don't know what value we gave it. Ah, darn. Well, if it's easier, I can just use gold pieces as well.
There's not to put too fine a point on it, but there is there's like a threshold that must be reached.
Right. Yeah, let's drop a 100 on it. I'll throw 100 gold pieces out of my satchel.
You use your rogue decisiveness to call down. You feel that he washes the 100 gold, dissipates again into the air. You feel this like semi-orgasmic wave of just satisfaction. Ah, yes, almost. You hear the word almost permeate the air around it. Now only the eyes blue with lightning, not even bursting with jetting energy of electricity, but just blue in color, an electric blue. But you are near it.
Would another 20 help? What if that accidentally slipped out? I dumped my bag a little too much.
All right, so Rial, give me an Arcana check, like kind of putting the pieces together of what you've seen, how much gold has been given, how the magical energy waned. You're gonna be like a mathlete and try to like figure out like, all right, well, if the proportional range of energy rates, and then
I don't need a math for you guys, but
math is so sexy. And unfortunately, Rial's sexiness is tapped because Jake's just stealing it all in this moment from his Arcana check. So yeah, you don't know. You actually do not know if 20 gold would do something or not.
That's all I've got left, and I'll put it out there.
The chittering coins fall down on the back of this on the plate in front of the statue. You see them dissipate as well. One of the blue eyes closes. There is now only one blue eye glowing on this statue. Rial, you got anything else?
That's it. I am broke and I am done. Worth it though, for friendship, damn it. Just like you said, Bruenor, it's money can't buy you love. Apparently the statue it can, but hey, for us.
I believe Bruenor said that. Money can't buy me love.
All right, guys.
Yeah. That was me.
So
Parky is a dirty thief.
You see now,
this is Serpent.
as the kobolds all turn their gaze on kind of this like epic going-ons around them. They look up at the statues around, the power of the statue dissipating, Bruenor slaughtering kobolds on the east side, around the ridge. Every kobold in the vicinity of the Tyrannosaurus Rex eviscerated and slaughtered. Only the bone dragon and this T-Rex, seemingly locked in this kind of like ancient-looking battle in the moment, seem really content to be doing what's happening right now. And as the dwindling power of this Kultalmak statue kind of winds down, you see these kobolds' instincts change. And suddenly you see this little like pulse of blue lightning in all of them. They have one blue eye now. And you see as all of them start running toward the black tar at the edge. So if any of them are close to you, you get AOs. Divot, you definitely get one. You get a bite attack on this one as he attempts to flee. You see they're all using double moves to start fleeing toward this strange black tar along the edge of the map. But Divot, you do get to take a snippy bite at one of them as he attempts to flee.
Okay. A bite?
Yep.
Okay, so 4d12 plus 7.
Well, one of them tries to run away from you, Divot. What happens to him?
I just want to. Can I take a big bite of him? And okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but he's kind of small, right? So I want to pick him up in my mouth, like a cat that's gonna just like play with something and not eat it, and then I want to sling him down the hole.
Nice. Just kind of slam dunk him through. All right, Divot. Yeah, you see as he attempts to start fleeing and running away from you, you just grab him and pick him up, ragdoll him pretty easily, and throw him through the purple and black mist. Divot, I would like you to give me an Arcana check as well. You notice that as the body passes through this purple and black mist, there's this strange magical effect as they go through it. And so give me an Arcana check, and we'll see if you can determine the nature of that magic.
Okay. 22.
So
Now, I just want to point out, is this as the T-Rex? Just to be fair.
yeah, you would probably have some minuses what's your intelligence would be like?
So -4 to my intelligence, so an 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Like I
third
said,
level
just to be
spell.
fair.
So it's actually only a second level spell. But this, so in its current state, and you have now observed it in 2 different states. In this current state, you watch as you throw this kobold's body through the purple and the black mist. It looks up at you, and for a second, you guys make eye contact. You see the black and the crackling blue lightning in one of its eyes, and then its eyes just kind of glaze over with this gray energy. And you watch as the spell blindness is cast on it. So anything falling through this purple and black mist goes blind. And you see him falling into the depths below. His body lands on this on the ground, and you see illuminated in candlelight. You kind of see his like withered frame. He's got just a little bit of life left in him, and he like sits up. And Divot, you're looking down, and your little Tyrannosaurus nose kind of dips into the tip of this cave and of this hole into the earth, and you look down, and you see this whirling mass of shadows kind of wrap over him like a symbiote, and it writhes all over his body, suddenly disappearing behind these shifting walls of shadow. And as you're looking at this like whirling black mass of basically just like ash and smoke, suddenly this strange twisted face just like starts like streaming out of the shadow.
What?
And you look down upon a Bodak. This like terrifying sense of dread washes over you. And that's where we're gonna pick it up next time, guys.
What is
Crazy.
happening?
All right, I'll show you because it's important. Like this is some of our players are new, and you wanna give them the good stuff. So let me show you this this sweet Bodak.
I have never heard of Bodak Ghost Man. Who is this?
Oh man, Bodaks are super cool. They're terrifying creatures. Don't look up their stuff. Enjoy if don't be all like.
I like the surprise, but also, how dare you?
If next week, if you're all like, and then and you do something that, my friends,
What a Tuesday! You're a monster.
that is a Bodak.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing that when we were warming up before the show. I was like, oh, that's kind of like a Bodak. So I was like, I'll do it. I'll do like.
I'm mad now. I don't like him.
He nasty.
That is terrifying.
Woo. All right. Holy shit,
Wait.
dudes.
Can I ride him?
Yeah, I will allow Brenna to Google if you can ride a Bodak or not. I won't fault you. I won't fault you
Wait.
for that.
Okay. Oh wait.
I just mostly missed my face and am now wet. All right, buds. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Woo! Big shout. They loved this cast. I absolutely love fucking playing Dungeons and Dragons with you guys. And this was a big beefy encounter. And you guys just did all kinds of cool shit. And I'm telling you, it's my favorite thing in the world. We are here every single Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific on our normal Bad Time Bad channel. Always bringing the highest of high fantasy. Thanks so much to all you wonderful people who take the time to come and hang out with us. We are getting perilously close to some cool goals on Twitch, so if you have a couple people that you feel like might dig what we're putting down, bring them our way and introduce them to this wonderful bunch of people. We love you guys so much for all you do for us. Honestly, this is such a beautiful piece of joy in all of our lives, and I love seeing these wonderful people every week. It's been one of the best gifts of all, but also playing that good Dungeons and Dragons. So, all right, to wrap it up, we got to do our little ritual that we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't. But we like to take lighter, like this guy right here, still in Pizza Week Rest. Haven't lost it during the sesh. That happens sometimes. Make sure we're not gonna light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire. And go! Lighters up. Thank you so much for playing D&D with us, guys. We fucking love you. Jake's handsome frozen eyes.
No, not again. New house, same old breeze.
New house, same freeze.
So what? You can't touch me, 'cause I'm from the internet.